This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
He gave 2 thumbs up, like Roger Ebert, 2 thumbs up. On Independence Day, in an accident at our backyard fireworks display, my dad gave 2 thumbs up.
Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Our neighbor heard the screaming and ran out to his yard and got the finger from my dad.
More than one.
And gunpowder was found underneath Dad's fingernails, underneath a Chevrolet parked half a mile away. My dad always had my mother wrapped around his little finger.
Tell us more.
Well, that finger and my mom landed on the roof. She got cuts and bruises and shingles.
Ouch!
As Dad recovered, visitors came by. His insurance man came and went unrecognized, 'cause to my dad everybody looked like good hands people. He can't do here's the church, he can't do here's the steeple, except up to his second knuckle. Man, I'm hoping that his luck'll be better next time. Have a safe 4th of July.
4th of July now.
This is the way we rehearsed it, you guys. Hey, you guys.
4th of July now.
Would you mind stop snapping your fingers? It makes my dad jealous.
Many portions of the upcoming program have been pre-recorded, meaning they've already happened. And they're about to happen again. Huh. So where was it? Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're glad to have you here. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, check. Were you a Price is Right fan? No.
Really?
Not really. Costco now sells essentially full-size Plinko boards.
Are you serious?
They're the official Plinko game.
Oh, my
wow.
goodness.
How much that set us back?
I believe it was $7.99.
Oh.
And yes, we will be setting Tom back $7.99.
I say,
are we getting one?
I say I wasn't a Price is Right fan, but my favorite games are Plinko and the yodeling guy. Going
Love Yodeler,
yeah. That's really good. That's a good game.
I was a hole-in-one or two guy.
Oh,
yes.
That was
okay.
fun.
Or two was always he would hit the thing. And
I went to college with a bunch of Pinkos. Is that something
something like that?
A little bit.
Okay. I don't know. I've always hated that show. I've never watched it.
Why?
I don't know what Plinko means.
You don't.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
no idea what
Well,
that
and
means.
you have. Well, no, you would be good because you know what the price of things are.
I don't know the price of anything.
You shop all the time.
I don't pay attention.
I couldn't tell you what eggs were or gas.
I would love
God.
to see Tom on the prices.
I have.
And here
never,
we have Crest toothpaste. The tube of
that's,
Crest toothpaste.
let me call Amy.
$19.99.
I haven't. I don't know what
prison
best
prices.
toothpaste is. I grew up on Pepsodent.
I learned a long time ago. I can't. The price of gas. I never look at.
I never
There's
look.
nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to let it worry me.
I just brush with. I sprinkle Arm & Hammer.
That's right. I use
baking soda.
Ivory soap, Right Guard deodorant.
I have right now at least 5 different kinds of toothpaste in my drawer.
And, however, I'm picking on Tom, but you and I are a brotherhood of toothpaste in the mouth. Then you grab your brush into the shower.
Weirdos.
And go to town.
That's right.
Exactly right.
Nobody else uses my toothpaste, so I don't have to worry about it.
And they'll brush in the shower.
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
And
With hot, warm water.
That is disgusting.
We will. It's fun because you spit it on your urine and then it makes a little swirl.
Exactly right. And then when I'm in the shower with Tom, we interlay arms and we brush each other's teeth.
That is adorable. That's adorbs.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sex move, is what it is. You want to brush my teeth?
I feel like this is all leading to a very awkward conversation with the plumber in 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't been urinating and brushing your teeth down this.
Yeah, those two tend to bond. I have to deal with this all the time.
Do you have shower doors? Do you have shower doors on your shower?
Of course.
Are they
Got a curtain?
Do
Got
they
a shower.
slide or do they?
No, it's a regular door.
Okay.
Because that's a new
It's
trend.
glass.
In
Something else we have in
What?
common.
not putting shower doors on your shower.
Oh, get the water all over the floor, though, right?
I made the mistake. I took a shower for the first time this morning in our new house.
First time?
Oh,
Yes.
Christy's in a
smelled
new
different.
house.
Thank you.
No wonder
First
that thing
time.
smelled so nasty.
But I don't have shower doors yet. The
Right.
shower,
Oh,
the shower door is getting installed on Wednesday. But the design flaw that I made is the full-length mirror in my closet shines right into the shower. So that's the first thing you
Yeah,
see in the morning.
that's-
not a good look.
Well,
I'm
Your first
Christy's,
cup of coffee.
I'm Christy's husband, Andy, and apparently there's a problem with the house.
Hey, Andy, I can't help but notice you're wearing a bolo tie.
Well, every time.
What is your nickname for Christy, Andy?
Her.
Yeah.
And every time she gets in the shower, evidently you can see her through an extensive series of mirrors.
You know,
She's
the mirror's
upset.
right there.
It's right
really
there.
that's like
bad.
hotels that you sit down to go to
Yeah,
the bathroom
right?
and the mirror's right there.
Right
It's not a
there.
good look.
Well, doesn't it get all steamed up?
I don't have shower
It
doors.
is when it is when
maybe
Andy's
when
in
the
there.
shower door gets installed, it'll
yeah, I
steam
gotta
up.
go in
But
there.
Does Andy stand there and pant while you're
No, I
washing?
I
Andy
stand
was
there and
asleep. It was the
Sleep. You should
I call it
woke
the
him up.
chore, is what I call it.
You ever had to answer the door wearing a towel because your shower door set off your burglar alarm?
no. How does that happen?
Easy.
How
The
does your
shower door set off the burglar
You know
alarm.
the story. It was.
Look at Dragon Druid.
This was wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 houses ago. I had a sliding glass door on the shower,
I hope to never say 4 houses.
and
That is the most protective.
I was by myself,
Yeah.
and I had there's a glass break alarm on this particular house. I have one on mine too. Right? If you break the glass, the alarm goes
Well,
off.
of course, yeah.
So I learned the hard way. When you shut that glass door, it goes and it set off the alarm. I didn't. So I'm by myself. It's 4 a.m.
So
I'm taking a shower. I get out of the shower and I look out and I said, "Oh, that's funny. Someone must have their Christmas lights on." And there were 3 cops in my driveway. I came downstairs. "Hey, Tom, what's going on?" "Oh, I'm not so sure. It was the shower door."
So it's not a glass break at all. It's a glass.
And then it went off another time when I dropped the glass cover to my frying pan.
Wow.
What?
Man.
Yeah, it was very sensitive.
alarm.
Very
sensitive.
A friend of mine lives in that house. I better warn him.
No way to live, boy.
Yeah, that's no way to live.
Next door to Tom's, no way to live.
Now, so Christy, you took the first shower in your new house.
Yeah, it was awesome too. You never know.
So how much room is in that thing? Is it a stand up?
It's huge.
So you can see you stand
So
up
we
in there
have
for 2 people.
Yeah, you can put 3 or 4.
How many
people.
nozzles you got in there?
With 2. We have the rain shower one and then the one on the...
You have the one that's like a microphone, so you can take it.
I chose not to add that.
Oh, that's the best.
I bought it, but I chose... They didn't put it on.
Yeah, you put that on high and you get a good taint burn.
Yeah.
The taint tickle.
Pressure washer.
No, I don't need that.
What do you hate orgasms?
I get them elsewhere.
You hate money and orgasms?
Christy, when you were looking at your house before you bought it, did you turn on all the showers?
No.
That's a must.
I know.
I would do that when I would rent.
Are you testing the water pressure?
Yes.
Yeah, I should have, but it's
apparently
great
we have to
water
move
pressure.
now. The water pressure's low.
No, water pressure's
So,
great.
Andy, you've been in the house for 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
One day.
Have you found a place you can get by yourself?
Yeah, it's a hotel down there.
Have you started wondering which girder is the sturdiest?
What rope would work best?
Really?
You don't really need a noose.
That's the nice thing. Those exposed beam ceilings.
Can you tile a bowline?
Oh, yeah.
It's over, under, around,
Damn
and through,
right
like the rabbit goes through the hole. Yeah, that's all you have to do.
I'm an old sailor.
Yeah, you
know
don't need
that.
much rope either, really.
All right.
Yeah, just
This is
really
my favorite new bit.
a short
Let me tell you,
stool.
it is too.
We're getting requests for me to do that. You know that.
Hey, welcome to the Best of the Bob and Tom Show. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Coming up on the show today, Audrey Stewart plus Christy is pissed. Dustin Nickerson, the bird feeder, Nick Griffin, and lots more. But coming up next on this Bob and Tom Show morning, Patrick Keane and cruise ships. You'll hear all about that coming up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Here's a segment with comedian Patrick Keane and some cruise ship talk.
Hello, Tom.
Christy Lee,
McGee. Yes.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention you laid on a reference just now to I Think We're Alone Now.
Thank you.
it was
Children
fantastic.
behave.
Thank you. Nobody else got
It was
that.
really
Nobody
well
said a
done.
word.
That's
That's
in
what
my
they say when
top
we're
'Isn't that from
50 songs, I'm
Me
going to
too.
say.
It's
Tiffany?
good.
Not the Tiffany
No, the
version. Is it
original.
Tommy
Tommy
James?
Tommy James and the
yeah.
Shondells.
I Think We're Alone Now?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
Great song.
I don't hate the Tiffany.
What about Crystal Blue Persuade? That's not
What
even
about
the best.
Crimson and Clover?
That's not even the best Tommy
I think
James
it
song.
is.
Money.
Moni.
All of
you,
these are good.
You painfully unhip. What?
Is it true that he saw the MONY
Yeah, the
Mutual of
building,
New
yeah.
York sign and wrote Money?
That's absolutely true.
Okay, very good. Oh, our guest has no idea what's happening. Patrick Keane, handsome young man, stand-up comedian, is here with us in the studio. You are a Buckeye. You said you grew up in Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah, Toledo's a border town, so there's a lot of Michiganistan fans. There's a lot of Wolverines. So the Friday before that game, all the schools, the kids dress in whichever, one of those two. And it's funny because you travel around the country, there's no other rivalry. And then I went to high school in Southern California, and people said, "Oh, USC UCLA is just as big." I'm like, it doesn't touch.
No.
Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah, I mean, and Toledo was almost a Michigan town. That
Right.
battle war.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We learned all about that.
Oh, you did?
Sure
Oh,
did.
that's okay.
We were just talking about it last week. There was an actual war. No blood was shed, though. Is that correct? Did they pick off one guy, maybe?
I don't know. I think
I'm not
maybe
sure.
one. I think it was
I don't
Well, to give you an
remember.
idea, there are Ohio State fans, as I'm talking to you right now, that we won the national championship, but we lost to Michigan, and they will not get over that until they can beat them. You wait and see.
And they want the coach out.
Yes, they're talking. Yeah, get it. He just won the night. Shut up! Fire him! He can't beat Michigan.
Patrick, we established the fact that you are a single male of a certain age.
That's right. Single, no, never been married. I'm not a father or husband. I do have all the side effects. I'm tired. I'm out of shape. I don't have any money. Right. I yell at other people's children. So
There you go.
I'm like a dad.
I see.
That sounds good.
Right?
Yeah.
That's dead on.
Do you want to get married and have kids?
I don't know. That's a good point. Good question. I don't know. I think
Okay.
I'm old enough now to do the sugar daddy thing. Problem is, there's no sugar. I haven't saved very well. So be like a sugar-free daddy.
Splenda.
Yeah.
What a splendid idea.
Unequal daddy.
Splendid. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, unequaled. Yeah, these are all good. Now, you have been traveling the world, I understand. You do the cruise ships on occasion?
Yeah, a little of the cruise ships. It's tough, though, because you have so many different elements on a cruise ship, right? You have retirees, you got young college kids, you've got the upside-down pineapple people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And to get all of them to laugh at the same thing, not easy, not fun. You know, Pat.
I do,
It's just
yeah.
like,
I didn't know the upside-down pineapple thing until recently.
On the door,
The
yeah.
swingers.
Yeah, swingers.
Wow, that is...
Yeah, I don't see you as being a big a force in the swinger community.
And also on the topic of pineapple, there's a restaurant I go to. When I order a thing of fruit, I don't want 90% pineapple. Stop it.
What do you want?
I want raspberries, blueberries. The pineapple stinks.
right?
Order berries.
What about melon? A nice melon?
Occasionally.
Like
it's
a mango,
usually hard.
like mango
Okay.
or honeydew?
Oh, I love
You
a
can have a
mango.
little pineapple, though, right?
And their tea stinks.
Okay.
I got to get him to switch to Java.
For the most part, do you like the ships, Patrick?
yeah, for the most part. Other than the shows, other than my shows. But yeah. No, you're traveling, you're eating endlessly. It's funny that they have those buffets because you'd think like you need to stay afloat, but you eat those buffets, the ship gets further and further into the water.
People go crazy.
I had no idea it worked like that.
Yeah, so it's like you leave as a ship, you come back to port as a submarine. You know?
And you're not allowed to, what's the word?
Fraternize with the guests.
Hang out
It
with
depends on the actual, cruise
Bang the
line.
help, I think, is what
Yeah,
you're
bang
talking
the
about.
On Carnival, you can't bang the help, but on Royal Caribbean, you do.
Do you have like a separate? Is there like a little nightclub just for the staff?
Yes, there is a crew bar.
the crew bar, yeah.
And can you?
It's a very gray area, and I think it's almost like you get punished if you get caught.
Oh,
so
okay.
just don't get caught.
A lot of guys are real sneaky about it. Yeah.
Have you ever had a?
I've never gotten
alliance
caught
with
doing some of the things that I've done. Naturally things happen. On the high seas.
Sure. You can't stop love, Patrick. You can't stop love.
International waters.
Yeah, out there on the chop, anything can
Right. So some of these things are still perfectly legal if you're 20 miles offshore.
People
You
need
gotta know how to
shelter.
stay under the cameras.
Yeah. Oh, say, speaking of offshore and illegal, did you see this marijuana survey? This is kind of an interesting story. We like to look at these various studies. Cannabis in the news all the time now because it's legal in, 20? I can never remember where it's legal anymore. But
New study suggests cannabis use significantly reduces sexual function in men. Researchers found men who regularly use cannabis reported lower sexual satisfaction, lower sexual desire, and more erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Boy.
Cannabis users also struggled with sexual esteem and elevated sexual-related depression. Chronic use has been linked to lower testosterone levels, vascular problems, and disruptions in brain regions that regulate sexual function.
Interesting.
I'm surprised they haven't come up with some way to counter that. Maybe like a combination of Cialis and THC.
THC Alice?
Oh, you got it right there. THC Alice. It makes you, how do I word this delicately?
I don't know how.
High and hard?
The
high hard one? You ever the old high hard one?
High and horny?
Yeah, high and you're killing it, Josh. That's perfect. The Kush for your push. There you go. Thank you very much.
Something's coming. I mean, somebody. Well, something.
Is this? I don't smoke pot. Is this a thing though? I mean, is this like the equivalent of whiskey dick?
I think this is more long term.
Oh, is it?
Yes. From what I've read, it is. Yeah.
I am not a usual. I don't know because I've never.
I've
never been with a man who uses a lot of marijuana, and
That you know of.
Well, that's true.
Andy has many secrets.
Oh God, Andy's the last.
You mean the
person.
toke captain? That's what we call him. Yeah.
I mean, where is he? It's 4 a.m. Andy.
You mean are you talking about Chief Big Bong?
Old Andy.
I would love to
Good
see
old
that.
Andy.
So
smoke 'em peace pipe.
What you're saying, Josh, is so if you get super high, it doesn't mean that
It might affect you then, but this is more long term.
use it over a long
If you're
time.
a regular user, like every day.
Right.
Okay, it's not like Bong Dong or something.
No, he's got a new
Bong Dong might be a thing.
He's got a new movie out, Mickey 17. It's really good.
Oh, no, that's Bong Hoo June or whatever. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, a great little actor.
Our guest in the studio is the very handsome Patrick Keene. Patrick, you said your parents, one from Michigan, one from Ohio.
Yeah.
Now you're living in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm living in Arizona.
I got all that. Are you of Irish heritage, I assume, with a name like that?
Yeah, I grew up Irish. I'm not practicing anymore.
Oh, okay. Put the bottle down.
But yeah. When we used to, whenever our dad caught us drinking beer as kids, we were only punished if it was non-alcoholic. You guys, you
that's an Irish family. Oh, yeah.
That's way Irish.
Oh, you're quite Irish.
We have a reputation to uphold. You kids are out of here.
It's a well-earned one.
Now, what you went to high school though in San Diego or something?
In Santa Margarita. Carson Palmer just got named our high school football coach out there.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's coaching our old high school team there, and raised in the suburbs. And a lot of suburban fathers, you guys know this, a lot of suburban fathers think their kids are going to the pros, and it's not happening. And it's like, your son's in the wrong end zone pretending he's an airplane, playing with dandelions. I don't think he's going to play in the NFL. My dad did his part. He was a big guy who was athletic. But if you want a son in the big leagues, you need to marry a big farm girl or a tough inner city girl. Or a big, tough South Pacific Island woman.
Sure. Absolutely.
Right. When you marry a sweet little Irish girl who likes musicals, your son might turn out to be a misshapen stand-up comedian.
I see. Very good formula. Thank you. Patrick Keene is our guest. I turn over that way.
Can I ask a question? What was your high school team name? The Santa Margarita
Eagles, because there's mountains there and there's eagles.
Not the Pinot Grigio?
No, the famous. Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Now, did you go to one of those L.A. high schools that had the outdoor lockers?
We had outdoor lockers. Yeah, absolutely. And now no lockers.
That is so weird.
I know.
It's like now the malls are that way in California in some places.
Outdoor lockers.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Every TV show. Don't they use the same school for every TV show?
Seems like it, but it's always
you
so
might as well tell me I can record one show and watch another. I don't know what you're talking about when you say outdoor lockers. I don't get it. You had indoor lockers, right? You're a good Ohio boy, just like me. Inside.
It was cold here.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Locks would freeze.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
I had to wear coat and tie all through high school.
Oh, speaking of that.
I bet you did. You privileged. Sorry, my fault.
A new poll shows that wearing more dressy attire can give the average man a confidence boost.
Is that right?
Commissioned by Generation Tux, the Talker Research Survey of American Men revealed that, on the average, man feels nearly 70% more confident when sporting their best suit or tuxedo.
70%? That's a huge amount.
That's a guy who out on a racehorse.
Could I once again say, consider the source, Generation Tux?
Yeah.
First of all, great name.
Oh. Yeah.
That is a great name. And this is the season
for tuxedo rental.
Where tuxedo rental is a big
Prom,
thing.
weddings, everything. Yeah.
Generation Tux sounds like the age you get hemorrhoids. Oh, he's part of Generation Tux.
Yeah.
Boy, I bet that does feel. If you've got that hemorrhoid, soothing, cool.
Is there
or after you've had a baby.
Is there an age component to roids?
I think so. Just everything's been around long enough.
You ever had them?
Gravity takes its toll. No, thankfully I have not.
Pat?
Never had them.
Joshy?
No, I've had an anal
fissure.
Yes, I've had an anal fissure.
Everybody get comfortable.
I know.
Well, you are a fisherman.
Yeah, I'm an anal fissure. I like to put treble hooks on there.
Now, I had an
I don't know how I got the anal fissure, and I asked, and they said it just happened.
Pegging?
I've never been pegged.
I had a fistula on my tailbone.
Oh dear, that's.
Would you like to hear about that?
I hope they eased it in.
I'm Count Fistula.
It's an ingrown hair that they found when I was a senior in high school.
Ooh, that had to hurt.
They had to sew me back up. I had 2 holes.
Wow.
2 holes, no way.
We have to do Count Fistula for Halloween.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Now, but so the point of the survey is if you're wearing fancier clothes, you behave better.
I disagree.
You feel more confident.
I feel way less confident when I'm dressed up.
This is something that's really surprising. 85% said they know the difference between a suit and a tuxedo. 15% of men don't know the difference.
That's about right.
Yeah, sure.
Really
a lot of guys never have to get dressed up at all.
All right. 1 in 5 men admit they don't feel confident about knowing how to tie a necktie. And 50% said they cannot tie a bow tie. That's really hard.
I can't either.
I can't.
Yeah.
I have a fake bow tie.
Yes.
Most
A
men
clip
do.
on. I have a clip-on bow tie, yeah.
Now, I don't own any clip-on neckties, but you guys know I am a big proponent of them.
10% of the people surveyed do.
I am not. I don't know.
Yeah.
You cannot tell the difference.
When I went to high school, the first day there, they walk around and they grab your tie and yank it. And there was one guy had a fake tie on.
Boy, the preppy bully. Is there anybody worse?
Oh, no, there isn't. Yeah, try having no pubic hair. And you wonder why I hate athletes. There you go.
Hey, Piglet, get over here.
Yeah, I looked like Patrick Keane after he got out of the cold tub.
Cold plunge.
Okay. But yeah, I can tie a regular tie, obviously.
Sure.
But
Well, not obviously. A lot of men can't, I bet.
I just had to wear one for something, and it took me 5 or 6 tries. I kept having the back part a little too low.
I was going to say, I never nail it first time.
Never, ever.
But I love it in the movies where the guy does that, takes a pair of scissors and cuts it off. Hey, got it now. We're good.
No, what is that, a Stooges movie? I don't think anybody...
Yeah. What are you, Harpo Marx?
Oh, it's the best.
What?
Yeah. And, of course, I have a couple of Jerry Garcia ties, which, of course, ties into our theme today,
That's
which is
embarrassing.
the song Dire Wolf.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
Are you familiar with Dire Wolf?
Hi, welcome to hell. This is our theme song.
Sorry, Patrick.
You know this, Patrick?
I don't know this one.
Of course not. No one alive.
Here's the hook right now. Don't murder me. It's Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter wrote that one for the Grateful Dead. And the Dire Wolf is in the news because
Smell that?
some corporation is doing the CRISPR genome splicing or whatever the hell it is, and they're creating new dire
I
wolves.
think we are alone now, Josh.
Okay, sorry. So, would you wear a clip-on tie then, Josh?
I don't, but I think I think they should be socially acceptable. They look. If you had a lineup of 10 guys and they're all wearing neckties, you could not pick out the guy who's wearing the clip-on. You couldn't. They're
Chip,
fantastic.
You have a clip-on ascot, is that correct?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
That's from the Charles Nelson Riley line.
It's in the same box as my cigarette holder. Yeah.
Is anybody trying
Your
to...
smoking jacket.
Percy Dove tonsils is what I like to go by.
Is there a contemporary actor that is trying to pull off the ascot?
I don't think so.
Peter Bogdanovich, the director, did it a lot.
I think an ascot looks very cool.
Really?
Very European, very cool. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've always wanted to look like Mr. Furley.
Oh, yeah.
All in on the bender.
Okay.
Mr. Paul Lind, while we have you here, I did have a question for you.
What's your question?
Where is the Sistine Chapel located?
Right next to the 15th Chapel.
Oh, boy. That's Paul Lind for you.
Paul.
Now, you drove Paul in around at the Kenley Players,
yeah.
right?
Columbus, Ohio. I drove him around. He had issues with drinking, so they didn't want to have him get another DUI. So it was my job.
Will you please tell the story of there was an aroma, and he claimed, and you can use the V word.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was taking him. I got him off the plane, and
you took him from the airport. You didn't get him off on the plane. I'm sure that for you were a desperate young actor. Well, just this one time.
I had a window seat, so I had time on my hands. Took him to this horrible Volkswagen I had, him and his partner, and they had 2 dogs with them. And I drive them to Columbus across from the Neal House, was it? Was where the show was at. And there's a trailer behind the theater. And I get him to the trailer. It hasn't been clean. Henry Winkler was there the week before, and it's filthy. It's just stuff everywhere. And he comes into the trailer, and he goes, "It smells like vagina, I think."
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, comedian Nick Griffin. He's one of our favorites. We'll have him coming up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Have you always wanted to do voice impressions, but no one can figure out who you're supposed to be?
Oh man, that just happened to me last weekend. I walked into a party. I said, "My name is Bond, James Bond. I'll have a martini, shaken, not stirred." And they all just stared at me.
Well, now you can learn directly from the master, comedian and impressionist Frank Caliendo.
Hi, I'm Frank Caliendo. Or wait. Maybe it's not Frank. Maybe it's me. Oh, Jeff Goldblum. Or maybe it's not. I'm joking. It really is me, Frank Caliendo. And I'm here to tell you about my amazing new program, the Voice Impersonator School of America. That's where I teach everyday people to do dead-on impressions like Liam Neeson. I have a very particular set of skills, and one of those skills is teaching people how to talk like Liam Neeson. Pretty neat, huh?
It sure is, Frank. The Voice Impersonator School of America. Just listen to what this graduate has to say.
I never was no good at doing impersonations until I went to Frank's school. But now, well, check this out. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? You must be talking to me because I'm Robert De Niro in that one movie where I drive a cab. Are you talking to me? That was Robert De Niro. Pretty good, right? This school is a great investment, and there's no risk. If you don't pass each voice with a B+ or better, you get your money back. So far, Frank hasn't had to refund a single dollar.
Sure. Damn right.
Heck, I'm thinking about getting my master's degree. Or as the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, I will be back.
Ooh, that's an A+, my friend. Only $20.
Don't delay. Classes are filling up fast. You can learn all 1,000 voices from the man of 1,000 voices for just $20,000. That's only $20 per voice. Let's listen in on a classroom as Frank shares his gift with students.
Okay, remember, the voice is deep and gravelly in the back of your throat. You are Al Pacino. Repeat after me. Hoorah! Oh, wow, that was amazing. Every single one of you gets an A. Okay, Al Pacino was 628, number 629. Repeat after me. All righty, Frank, you tell your mom and dad I said hello. All righty, Frank, you tell your
Excuse me, Professor Caliendo?
Yes, you have a question?
Who was that supposed to be?
That's Dennis, the guy who worked at the corner store in my neighborhood as a kid. Nice guy. A pluses all around. Number 630 is a good one. Ted Knight. Try this. Spalding, I want you on the golf course in 5 minutes. Chop, chop. Spalding, great. A+ for everyone. Now, number 631. Ted Knight's laugh.
Wait, those count as 2?
Yes. Ted Knight is 1, and Ted Knight's laugh is 2. Maybe you should have signed up for math class, not voice impressions class. Hi, this is Morgan Freeman, as portrayed by my good friend Frank Caliendo. If I were really here, I'd tell you Frank's school is completely legit, and I encourage everyone to enroll immediately. Tell them Morgan Freeman sent you.
Morgan Freeman and all other celebrity voices are fake impersonations by celebrity voice impersonator Frank Caliendo, who claims he's also a celebrity.
Hey, I am a celebrity.
Voice Impersonator School of America. Call now to enroll before any lawyers get wind of this.
So call that number on your screen. There's probably no number on the screen because it's radio. Make up a number, dial it, it'll probably be me. 444. Boom.
Thank you very much.
More of the Bob and Tom Show now. Welcome back. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Here's a segment with one of our favorites, comedian Nick Griffin.
And we'll move forward here. We do have Christy Lee, as you can hear and see. What's happening?
A school in the UK is trying to help students get over their fear of making phone calls. According to the BBC, Nottingham College is running coaching sessions that help those suffering from so-called telephobia. During the sessions, students practice etiquette and build confidence by role-playing interviews. Attendees are also encouraged to call restaurants about their operating hours, as well as stores, to see if certain items are in stock. A recent survey of 2,000 people found nearly 70% of people aged 18 to 34 prefer a text to a phone call, with 23% of the same age group saying they never pick up calls.
Wow. All right.
Man.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Well, 16-year-old student Donna told the BBC she was mostly anxious when the phone rang because it's normalized for our generation to be used to text messages. She's talking about her generation. So if the phone rings, she immediately thinks it's an emergency. And I could see that.
They've trained themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So the class is trying to get them to stop being afraid of the phone.
Right.
Do they do a thing about being afraid of the dentist?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
It is in the UK, you see.
Oh, I see. Boy.
Didn't know what he's doing there?
Yeah.
I can't let any of these stories go by without at least...
No, I have a child who had a job and they got sick and they're like, what do I do? And I go, oh, well, you just got to call into work. And they go, what do you, how do I do that? And I go, you call they go like call. And I go, yeah, you just call your boss and tell them you're sick.
Right.
They're like, I can't text them. And I go, well, they didn't have their number. I was like, no, just call the place. 2 hours before they felt comfortable to work up the nerve to call and speak with someone else.
Now a lot of offices, it's a hotline.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You call a number and you just say, hey, this is Josh Arnold. I'm not coming in today. And then the person, when they get to work, goes through.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so you don't have to.
You don't have to fake that.
Yeah. So there's no reason to have this course. No, these people will never all of a sudden start calling each other. They're already raised and trained to not.
Well, there was a news story I don't think we covered a couple weeks ago about how these new people interviewing over Zoom don't want to be seen.
What?
What?
Yeah, they're doing Zoom interviews and they won't turn on their camera. Like 25% of the people refuse to turn on their cameras for a Zoom interview.
Oh, you're not hired.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Here, interview over.
Right.
Next person.
Yeah.
These are job interviews?
Yeah.
Are they
There's a whole
saying
news
they don't
story
want
about
it because they don't want to be judged by the way they look?
I didn't get that far into it. They just said they were uncomfortable doing they would Zoom, but not on camera.
Yeah, they're probably using some kind of excuse involving being discriminated against. Because they're a booger-eating moron. Sorry.
Interesting take.
Yeah. You think you could hold the booger eating during an interview?
I
You could
doubt
just
it.
wait.
You can.
Nick Griffin, when was the last time you had a job interview?
God, I'm so sorry.
Did you ever have a job?
Yeah, when I lived in New York. Well, you know what my last job was? My last job was being a maid in L.A.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was called Made to Order, and you went to a home office in the morning, and they gave you work orders, and you would go to the various apartments. Sometimes there was a key under the mat. Sometimes they were there, and you would clean their house.
And you would wear like the maid outfit?
Yes, I would wear the maid outfit.
Oh, lovely.
And it
that's
was
how you
just
met your
a
first wife.
complete cover for prostitution. That's what I was trying to get at.
Right. Are you a good cleaner?
I'm much better. I grew up with 6 brothers and sisters, and my parents weren't, how do you control, how do you get 6 kids to clean their eyes? So I wasn't until I became a maid that I was a good, now my apartment is spotless.
That's not a bad gig.
Yeah.
You go and you're solitary.
Yeah.
You
I remember there was this one house, though, and I did it more than once, where there was a little boy, he's probably like 5, and his mom would let him walk around with me as I'm doing and he'd go, no, you missed that. No, you missed that.
Oh.
Mom, you missed that.
Did you like it or hate it?
I hated it.
That's incredible.
Sounds like a good premise for a movie.
Yeah.
A guy going to clean strangers' houses. God, that's fun. That's cool.
I hate being there when someone's cleaning my house. I hate that.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's awkward.
I don't feel comfortable either.
What, do they find stuff?
No, but it's just, I feel like I'm in her way, and it's just awkward, and and she's like a family member. I've had
Yeah. Apparently you
do
everything
the
to
same
avoid
woman.
her.
It's not I'm avoiding her. I've been to her daughter's wedding. I love her, but it's just I feel like I'm in her way, and I don't want her going home going,
Do you feel obligated to entertain her and engage her in conversation?
Yes.
Make it
and
easier on her and all that.
Yes. I feel like I should be cleaning my own house.
Oh, my dad one time hired a maid for my mother to help her out.
Right.
But my mom cleaned for 24 hours straight before the woman came because she didn't want her to see how badly we lived, I guess. And so there was no point of hiring the maid.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, but it worked, though. The end result was the same. House was clean.
The job got done, yeah.
Hang on, you're missing the point.
Your dad could have saved some money.
But you clean, too?
I tend to pick up everything, yes.
Oh, no.
And then my husband now starts the sheets before she gets there, and so we help her out a lot, but I still feel like...
Now, when you said, just to clarify, your husband...
What?
Starts the sheets in the washing machine. He doesn't soil them to give her something to do.
Hey, honey, start those sheets. Hey, I left a fresh one in there for you. Get to work. He's just a monster.
Yeah, see that stainless? Looks like mainland China, doesn't it? I'm pretty proud of it.
It's the farthest from the truth at my house. You know that.
Okay, so sorry. What else you've got over there?
This guy calls himself the world's most famous sperm donor, and he says he plans to father 100 children by the end of this year. Mr. Kyle Gordy, who also refers to himself as, quote, CEO of sperm donating, offers both remote and in-person
You go with a
insemination.
Sperminator or something cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just has no ring to it.
No.
We didn't say he was creative.
No.
Remote and in-person insemination is available for women looking to conceive.
Now, wait a minute.
All for free, by
Does
the way.
in-person insemination mean actual intimacy? I doubt it.
And how generous. He's doing it for free.
Yes.
How nice of him.
The 32-year-old has fathered 87 children so far, but recently learned that he's on track to hit 100 babies by the end of the year. Mr. Gordy told Jam Press it feels great to be a dad of so many children.
How many?
87 so far.
Dude, that guy's tie collection has to be on point. Like, man.
Wait till the child support knocks on the door.
Exactly.
He says he's helped conceive all across the globe. The serial sperm donor said he plans to surpass Telegram founder Pavel Durov, who is reported to have at least 100 biological children. And this gentleman is currently on a 2025 donation world tour and jokes he might have a, quote, child in each country by 2026.
This is an odd thing.
There was a character on one of the guys on 90 Day Fiancé who that was his job. He would go around and help out, same-sex couple.
In other words, he would donate his sperm.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's...
And sometimes in the natural way.
Oh, really?
Oh, the big chill style?
And that's what caused the problem in his relationship. His fiancée wouldn't hurt him to stop.
I imagine that would be not an unreasonable request.
Mr. Gordy said he's helped dozens of women conceive, but he also remains unlucky in love, probably for that very reason.
No, probably because he calls it, what did he call himself? The CEO of sperm?
Donating.
That was something cool.
If you're wearing a big I'm a sperm donor t-shirt at the bars, the ladies aren't going to go, hey, look, there's the guy with the female body inspector hat. I want to talk to that guy.
I kind of have a sperm donor T-shirt, if you know what I mean.
In a way.
Oh, that's right. You are a T-shirt guy.
Oh, no.
Lots more coming up next hour. Dustin Nickerson and Roy Wood Jr. But coming up next, Billy Gardell and our good friend Drew Powell. That's next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
When you wanna grow your list size, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot. And when you gotta boost your revenue, pop up like it's hot, hey, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot. Pick your favorite template, you can tailor to your brand. They're MailChimp-erific, you're gonna be a fan. MailChimp your marketing with our new customizable pop-ups.
You've got the Bob and Tom Show, the best of the Bob and Tom Show. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Here is a segment with actors Billy Gardell and Drew Powell.
We are joined this morning by, I think most people would say, two of the biggest jerks out of Hollywood. I mean, I don't understand why.
Insufferable to be around.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult.
Yeah, we're part of a trio. The Jerks.
The Jerk Trio, ladies and gentlemen.
Billy Gardell, comedian and actor, has joined us in the studio. We've been talking to Billy. And then an old friend of the show, he is actor. I almost said comedian. You're a very funny guy. He's actor Drew Powell. And Drew is currently featured in a show that I'm actually watching called The Pit, which is not like The Pit and the Pendulum. It takes place in an emergency room.
No, it isn't.
Well, no, I didn't. That's the problem with the titles of some of this stuff. Unless you know what it's about, you don't know. I mean, the show ER, I get it. It's about an emergency room. The Pit, what is it? Some kink fest? In any event, it's a great show.
ER.
It's a great show, and it takes place. Each episode of the show is 1 hour of real time.
That's right.
In an emergency room in Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And it's incredible. Now, I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in. All I've seen is you are in the waiting room bitching at everybody. And I have been told it gets worse.
Yes, well, it is an incredible show. It was awesome to be a part of. Noah Wiley is the star. You might remember him from ER. We were actually on another show, on a show called Leverage in New Orleans.
Great
show. We had a lot of fun with that. He was acting in that in the morning and then writing for The Pit in the afternoon. And so that guy was doing double duty, and he was telling me about it, and he's like, I said, ooh, man, this sounds pretty good. And he said John Wells, who did ER and The West Wing and Shameless, and Scott Gemmell, who did the original ER. I'm like, this sounds like this is going to be really good. And I said, you better get me in there.
There you go.
And I still had to audition, believe me.
Now, what is it like? We have 2 actors in here, and you guys have never met, but you immediately start comparing, and all of a sudden you know certain guys. How do I get on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I loved what you said the last bit about how you and Lance would see each other.
Every audition.
Exactly. I have the same thing. For me, it was Eric Stonestreet, who ended up doing.
He's a great.
Yeah, you find your crew or whatever.
And it's your type, right?
Yeah, there's just a room full of guys like you.
Exactly. Me and Eric were you guys like 5 years down the road.
That's great.
But now today, in today's world, we were talking not too long ago. You audition you're in your kitchen with a video camera, so you don't have that thing of seeing the same guy that looks kind of like you that can do the same thing.
And I don't care for it. Do you like the phone audition? Because I believe you bring your energy into the room, and I used to like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it's true. You've been great here today, but every time we have you on the phone, it's just miserable.
It just stinks, right?
Really,
it
stinks.
When you do an audition on the phone, it's right up there with, I'm eating olives, everybody. Hey, everybody, I'm eating olives. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I did one yesterday in my parents' living room with my wife on the FaceTime.
My wife's
right?
See, that was my next.
To read this.
That was my next question. So, if your wife's doing it, all of a sudden, does she become a director and go, "Wait, that was a terrible
They're
take"?
born directors.
Absolutely.
Yes,
she directs my life.
And producers.
Let's try that again.
We need some more hair and makeup over here.
Feeling, please.
I've read sides. That's right. I know the terms. I was reading something for comedian Greg Warren. He was auditioning for something.
Greg.
And he started yelling at me because I was really acting. He goes, hey, you're not auditioning for this, right?
You know what's funny, dude? Greg Warren was the original Molly.
Oh.
And I'll tell you how. I got the audition for Mike and Molly, and I was working on my audition, and I was in St. Louis, and I was working a Funny Bone there, and Greg was in town, and I go, hey, man, can you come over and just read these sides with me? And Greg, man, he treated it like wrestling practice. Like, I'll be there at 1 o'clock. We're going to go over these. Like, I'm surprised he didn't come with a whistle. But he really, he helped me, man. We ran that thing till I knew it airtight, and I was so grateful because I was so prepared when I went out there. And then I guess about 2 years into Mike and Molly, they had me guest host the Late Show for a week for Craig Ferguson, and I got to pick a few guests, and Greg was my first guest because I wanted him to come on, and I wanted to say thank you.
And also, you knew he wouldn't bring a date, so there'd be more food. I can't be nice. Come on. We're hanging out. This is so much fun. We're hanging out with comedian and actor Billy Gardell and actor Drew Powell.
I do have some news about The Pit. Because season 1 just ended in middle of April, and HBO has already announced that season 2 will premiere in January of 2026.
Congrats, man!
Yeah,
congrats.
Well,
and by the way, Christy, you can't watch it.
I know it's too bloody.
That's a nice deep breath before summer when you get picked up. You're like, oh, thank God! Who wants to go to Hawaii?
I have a question. Are you still going to be a patient?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It's and they've not only have they said that, they've actually said what I read is that it's going to be 10 months in the future, moving on from last season, and it's going to be over the July 4th weekend because apparently they get a lot of action in the ER on July 4th.
Hey, listen, in Pittsburgh, July 4th, there's going to be some firework injuries. I promise you. I promise you.
I was I told this story. I was at a fireworks event, and before the fireworks, there was like a buffet thing, and I sat down with a guy I didn't know that was an ER doc.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't able to drink that night because his wife would later explain, he'll be sewing somebody's eye back in about 3 hours.
He's a DD, the designated doctor.
Man.
Yeah, they'll get some action on July 4th.
Absolutely.
It's a great show. But now, two things. One, the beard looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. A little more gray in it thanks to that strike and freaking COVID.
Okay.
It's been a rough, because they say that the gray comes like 6 months later or a year later. I'm like, it's coming.
Now, you are also working on the upgrade up. What is it? The reboot is the word?
Yeah, reboot sequel of Malcolm in the Middle.
Good. They did invite you back for that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And that I just came from that. So I was in Vancouver, took the red eye so I could get here for the Pacers game, my beloved Pacers, which we won. And then it was, and you'll appreciate this, Billy, like I got my SAG card on that job. That was the job that I had the audition.
It's a big moment.
I poked myself in the eye in the audition. Literally. So I got to tell the story real quick. So the line, I was tough cadet, auditioning for tough cadet number 2. And the line was, I'm looking down the hallway and I say, "Commandant on the floor, 10 Hut." And this was at CBS Radford Studios. Right down. I walked there from my little place where I was living. It's packed. The producers, the directors, the casting. It's in one of those tiny little rooms. Guys sitting on the edge of the couch. It's just packed. Nervous. I got my little army shirt on. I'm like, it's a big moment. And I say, "Coming on the floor, 10 Hut." And when I tell you, I hit eyeball. Like I felt the gooshiness of my retina. And I just yelled an expletive at the top of my lungs because there was no trying to couch it. And so I'm down with my hand over my eye, and it's quiet for a minute. And then the laughter starts, and then it gets bigger, and then it gets bigger, and then a dude fell off the couch. They absolutely wet themselves laughing at me, probably. But I got the job, and what happens is you get Taft-Hartley, and they say, "Well, we couldn't find anybody, so please let him in the union."
Yeah,
and that's a big moment.
I got Taft-Hartley too.
Yeah,
that's great.
On what show do you remember?
I don't remember. It may have been King of Queens. That might have been the one because that was my first.
Was
but I had a similar thing happen to me. But it was because it's like a weird thing happens while you get the job.
Yeah,
I auditioned for Desperate Housewives one year, and
I can see it.
It was all these muscular. Like, there was supposed to be an undercover detective, but he's supposed to be real handsome and rugged.
Yeah.
And I opened the door, like the Michelin Man. And it's a room full of guys that look perfect. I'm like, you know what? I'm staying.
Yeah.
And I was, for somehow, I got that part, and I ended up, I had a scene with Eva Longoria, got to kiss her to cover the bad guys. And it was great to just put all those muscle guys on the unemployment.
Yeah. Doesn't that feel good?
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. I'm not usually a spiteful person, but that day,
love it.
everybody looks like Clark Kent.
I was reading this book about, just to say, this very, very famous actor, and he was saying no matter how good people are and how famous they are, actors are all the same. It'll always be. He was literally working with Laurence Olivier. And he goes, "I'm not sure I'm going to get a gig after this."
Yeah.
The minute you wrap,
absolutely,
you think, well, it's over.
Yeah.
You do.
Dustin Hoffman said the best part about being an actor is you're always running scared, and the worst part about being an actor is you're always running scared.
There it is.
It's the truth.
So now, are you done with Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, we finished. They're still going, but so basically, it's 25 years on, and they're everybody's back. I have to tell you, man, it was such an emotional experience. I was so surprised because we all came back. I hadn't seen most of these people for 25 years. I just worked with Brian's daughter, who's in the pit. She plays Mel King, the one with the sister, and she's really talented.
She's on the spectrum in the show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's kind of what they're implying.
So it was like everybody just kept hugging and crying. There's just because you don't get to do that in a show, and you don't get to come back 25 years later. In fact, Brian said it was me and there's 2 other cadets. We were in the military school, and he said, "You guys are the age I was when I was doing Malcolm in the Middle."
Wow!
It was like, whoa, this is full circle moment, and everybody picked up where they left off. The first thing I walk in the set and I see Brian and Jane, Hal and Lois, like making out in the corner, and everybody's trying not to be loud because we're all laughing so hard. It's going to be great. Disney Plus.
Did they bring Gary Anthony Williams back?
Yeah, I just saw him.
He's a dear friend of mine.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Man. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he does Who's. Do you do Who's Line as well with all those
He
guys?
does.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, and it's super talented. But we got him in Mike and Molly a couple times. Just a great guy. Our kids went to the same elementary school, so me and Gary, during our unemployed phase, we were the guys picking our kids up at the elementary.
Yeah, I know
Hey,
that
you get
deal.
anything? Nah, nothing. Yeah, me either. All right, I'll see you at 3.
I've been there.
Is there any? Would there ever be a Mike and Molly reboot?
I don't know, man. I'd certainly be open to it. I think that's kind of a trend now. Is
most of the cast still?
Yeah, we all have lunch about every month, once a month.
Oh,
We all get
that's
together and we check in on each other's kids and all
The
that.
gentleman who played,
We're real close.
well, I guess it would be like the father-in-law or whatever. What's his name, Mr.
Vince, you mean?
Vince, yeah.
The guy who talks like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he's
God.
not acting. They found him in Buffalo.
He's
and
hilarious. I just worked with him on Cooper's Bar.
Cooper's, that's his thing.
Yeah,
right on.
yeah.
No,
He's terrific.
He is so funny.
The greatest guy in the world, man. All you got to do is ask him, Lou, what's bothering you today? I'll tell you, okay? Now, I'm not one to complain. And then,
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, another one of our good friends and regulars whenever he's around, Roy Wood Jr. Coming up next.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Like to watch her from behind the tree. She wears a mini skirt when she's cooking meals and vacuums the floor in stiletto heels. She may be a mommy, but she still looks hot. She acts like a lady, but I hope she's not. I wanna tell her I should be her man. I wanna take a ride in her minivan. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. She's a MILF, the MILF next door. Give me half a chance, and I bet I'll score. The MILF next door. She's the fantasy I've been searching for. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. Every Saturday when the kids are gone, she works in the yard with her bikini on. I open the curtains and take a peek. She smiles at me and my knees get weak. She walks down the street and she's looking good. She's a hit with the daddies in the neighborhood. And down at the school all the teachers say she's got the hottest ass in the PTA. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. She's a MILF, the MILF next door. Give me half a chance, and I bet I'll score. The MILF next door. She's the fantasy I've been searching for. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. M is for my love is true. I is for I'll be with you. L is for lots of luck. F is for the fun we'll have. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. She's a MILF, the MILF next door. Give me half the MILF next door. I'm in love. He's in love with the MILF next door. 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 He's in love.
And a good morning. This is the Best of the Bob and Tom Show. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Here's a segment with one of our good friends and regulars, Roy Wood Jr.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Introduce our special guest, will you?
Of course, I'm happy to. I'm just doing a little homework over here. We have a comedian, Roy Wood Jr., joining us. Veteran stand-up comedian, now a television guy, and
television guy.
He's got a bunch of different hats that he wears on TV, and
he's a property. I think he's a sought-after property.
Well, that's nice.
Somebody wants to be in the Roy Wood Jr. business.
Yeah, except it's not Roy, which is weird.
Well, I would imagine that only helps. The more distant he acts, the more they want him, man. Yeah.
We're going to talk to Roy in a matter of moments, but I was doing some homework during the break.
On?
Well, I was talking. I'm fascinated by these beautiful ships that are all over the world, but the United States, of course, has these incredible aircraft carriers.
These instruments of death, yes.
I'm glad they're out there. And thank you.
It's a warship.
They protect you.
Yeah, but knowing that it's there keeps the bad guys from going away. I think we're going to screw around with this country. Oh, wait a minute. You mean they've got planes on there that can annihilate us?
Am I being a pinko pansy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But, they're going to be these two aircraft carriers. Named, and they tend to name them after recent presidents, as a matter of fact.
They have to have really cool nicknames because you know the way the armed forces, they have great nicknames for everybody. So it's got to be like the Billy or the G-Dub or something like that.
Could be. In any event, there is the USS Bill Clinton, and there's also going to be the George W. Bush. There already is an H.W. Bush.
Well, why isn't there a Herbert Hoover or the Coolidge?
There probably has, but I Googled this. This is really interesting. The first ship named Clinton was the USS Clinton, a Haskell-class attack transport in the United States Navy in 1945.
Haskell-class. Oh, that sure is a beautiful airship, Mrs. Cleaver.
A little Eddie Haskell.
That sure is a wonderful...
But the original Clinton in the United States Navy, this is true, was used as a target in 1984 for target practice, and they sank it, which means that, by the way, there was no one on board. So technically, Monica Lewinsky is still the only one to go down on a Clinton, which I think is very appropriate.
Well, that's a long way to go. Short time.
Well, we have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. And once again, Roy's new special is called Lonely Flowers. And, Roy, you're talking about your family, I gather?
You got me obsessed with this now. Andrew Johnson has no Navy vessel named after him, which I think is fair, because if you're on the money, you don't get a ship.
Yeah, you're right.
Or am I thinking about Andrew Jackson? I don't know. Listen, I worked at The Daily Show 8 years. You think I'd know these things. Obama has nothing either. So, it's weird. George Washington had 8 ships.
Wow.
Whoa.
8?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was the first president. There was like no other guy to name stuff after him. It was like, well, we got another ship. Well,
are most of them
not a big Washington?
Are most of them made of wood like his teeth?
8. And Obama has none?
Yeah, I give Obama time. Don't give him a submarine or something. They're not going to give him an aircraft carrier.
But does he swim?
I don't know.
A fair joke.
Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Hang on. Okay.
I want to.
You know, I can answer that.
You can answer if President Obama swims.
I can. He has to be able to.
Oh, because he graduated from...
Because the college he went to, you have to be able to swim to graduate. I know because I went there.
Oh, that's a deep...
I didn't know Obama went to Columbia, did he? Yeah. I missed that. All right.
It's a weird thing, but at the college I went to, I'm totally serious. You had to be able to swim to graduate.
Let me ask you this. When you were at Columbia, and before you had and you didn't have your swimming certificate or whatever you want to call it, did you think of a way to fake it so you could graduate?
No, I know how to swim.
Well, I'm just asking. It seems like something that you'd try to skirt the rules on to be able to graduate.
That you report to the gym and that they...
Did you have a lot of classmates that were like, I've never done this?
Absolutely.
I did,
Really?
and they were like nervous about it?
You see, you're in New York City.
Sure.
So,
but a lot of New Yorkers go to Columbia? It wasn't mostly transplants?
No, there are people from all over the place. But my one friend lived next door to me senior year. He did not know how to swim. He was from Queens. And so he had to take swimming lessons.
I was going to say, did they offer lessons?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I was going to say.
Get your ass in that water and get to the other side. Figure it out.
It's like it's the same thing. There are a lot of people that grow up in New York City, especially, don't know how to drive.
Course.
Sure. Yeah.
They don't.
No license.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah.
Was there a pool on campus?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And was there a swim team?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Columbia's not big on competitions on the field of athletics, are they?
We happened to win the fencing championship.
That's look, we didn't mean to besmirch.
And we were favored by 10 points.
Super Bowl of fencing.
Flaccid sword competition.
Right.
So, as for there not being a ship named after Obama, I wonder if there's a certain waiting period because they just did
George W.
They just did George W. and they just did Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
so they're going in order. Then.
What about Carter? What about Ford? What about there's no Nixon? It's got to be a Nixon.
The Ford is the class of that's the entire class of aircraft carriers were called the Gerald R. Ford. Yeah, seriously, I'm not.
Oh, that's what that came from. I thought it came from like Henry Ford or something stupid.
I thought Ford made him like they make.
Yeah, no, I don't know much. I'm just this is all I know is what I'm reading in this article.
An escort on one line and a plane on the other line.
And I don't know if there is a Nixon ship.
I could look this all up.
I am not a doc.
Chick, so my son is obsessed with aviation.
Yeah,
I didn't know this. Henry Ford tried to make airplanes for a while. There were Ford airplanes for a quick minute.
Yeah.
And then the Depression happened, and he had to fall back and just focus on cars again because the market had gotten weird. And then that's how Boeing and McDonnell Douglas gotten together.
How old's your son now?
He's 8 now, man.
Oh my gosh!
We went to space camp down in Huntsville. Shout out to space camp.
Awesome.
Where you spend the night and you do the whole astronaut training and stuff. And then the more I thought about it after I paid money, and then you sleep in the actual, like they have like barracks or whatever, and it's great for an 8-year-old.
Oh, I bet.
I'm 46. My spine is not good. There are better mattresses in jail. And that's not a joke because I've been to both places.
Well, you and Pat have something in common.
What do you think?
Uncomfortable.
I'd like to see that Venn diagram of people who've been to space camp and jail.
Yeah.
It's a 3-inch mattress with that weird no urine can get through. What's the Billy Mays commercial where the guy's floating on a screen door?
The Flex Seal?
Flex Seal. It's a Flex Seal. It's a mattress coated in Flex Seal. And then you just wake up every day and for like 14 hours you walk around this beautiful campus and they teach you everything there is to know about space travel and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of it, we're riding back to Birmingham to my mama's house and I'm going, there's no space shuttle. Like, where are you? Like, what? Like, the waiting list for astronaut to do it. Like, astronaut is a job you train, and then they go, you are an astronaut.
Right.
And then you go, great. When do I get to do it? We do not know.
Maybe never.
Maybe never.
Seriously.
Yeah. Right.
Or you are an astronaut, and then you get to go up there, and then you're stuck. Like those two that are up there. There's not enough conversation about the fact right now that there's 2 people stuck in space and they don't have an aircraft capable enough to go and get them.
Yep.
And we act like it's cool because, they're on a space station. There's other people up there. They have just because I have friends does not mean that I'm not
stranded. She did a spacewalk a couple days ago.
You have to get out of the capsule.
Yeah, I need some fresh air.
Yeah.
If I don't leave this capsule, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go have a smoke.
Gerald Ford, by the way, does have an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, it's the USS Clumsy, right?
No.
Thank you very much.
This is the latest. Here we go.
Down,
The latest line of U.S. carriers named after Gerald R. Ford.
It was incredible athlete with the mission.
No. There's a John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Aircraft carrier. Anyway, yeah.
They plugged that leak in the John F. Kennedy? Didn't they have a hole in the
Do we have any aircraft
Thank you
carriers
very much.
named after women?
But ironically, the John F. Kennedy is referred to as a her. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, they're all referred to as they. And I'm not kidding. They in this press release they say she will be done by.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's been.
That's just. I have a friend that's a maritime lawyer, and he'll be going. Yeah, I've got to fly to so and so, and then. She went down, blah, blah, blah. And it's always the she.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Tom just said was, I have a friend who's a maritime lawyer.
I do. Henry.
Billingsley's a maritime. Yeah. Billingsley and I have a feud, and I didn't even know it started, but by gosh, I'm going to finish it.
Okay, fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looked at me and he talked to me for 10 seconds. He goes, well, I would never pick you for a jury. I go, well, kiss my ass, Billingsley. How about that?
Well, wait a second. Let's be realistic. If you're a lawyer, would you pick you for a jury?
God, no. No, I don't think I'd take it seriously. That would be my problem. That'd be a big problem.
We're ignoring our guests. Have you noticed that? We're hanging out with comedian Roy Wood Jr., and I have not seen your special. It's called Lonely Flowers on Hulu. It just debuted, so you got to check it out this weekend. And I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know much about it. But I did hear you talking briefly in another interview recently, and you picked up a topic that we've been talking about a lot, which is, I mentioned this earlier, for example, I had an aunt that was kind of lonely, and she would go out shopping, and she'd go, well, I've got to go buy a new lamp, and she'd be gone all day so she could go to 10 different stores so she could talk to human beings.
Yeah.
And I just heard you briefly mention the what do they call it, the self-checkout.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
We've really underestimated how much small talk plays a role in keeping crazy people calm.
You're so right about that.
I'm just saying, man, like when retail started, the degradation of retail in this country was the beginning of disconnection in our society. The idea of just, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Your waitress has twice the tables and has no time. I miss just a regular Southern way. Well, how you doing? Yeah. And what you do? Oh, the catfish. Well, let me tell you about the catfish. It's like that's gone. And now the only time you see an employee is when you do self-checkout wrong. You want an employee to appear, make a mistake, and then the self-checkout machine shoots a flare up to let everybody know you're stupid, and then the beacon light goes off.
Yeah.
And like, you don't know. Please step aside. Wait for an associate, you moron. And then the employee appears out of nowhere, and then they're rude to you because you don't know how to do their job.
Exactly.
You scanned it wrong. That's the QR code. That ain't the barcode. Get out the way. It's not my fault, man. I don't like that. I joke about it, but I really do feel like having that friend when you were in the store and this is my section. Let me know if you want to try on anything. And it's gone. Yeah. It is a ghost town. And if you are somebody who is disconnected, and a lot of people in this country live alone, they ain't got nobody. And that cashier might have been the one person. Am I the only person that felt like I liked it when the cashier would comment on my groceries as they came down the belt?
Oh, look what you're having for dinner.
Ooh, I like this flavor.
Maybe they should program could they program the machines to do that?
It's coming. I'm sure when you have your AI cashier bot that's going to be there in another 2-3 years.
It'll probably remind you of what. Hey, you probably are out of ketchup. You bought it 6 weeks ago.
Oh, they're really.
Amazon does that.
Someone's having a party tonight.
I had a cashier one time. I was trying a new health kick, and so she scanned the celery, and she scanned the salad mix, and she scanned the radishes, and she looked at me and she goes, "Trying something different?"
Oh,
Jeez. And she didn't know me. I'd never seen her.
That's good old-fashioned, folksy conversation.
That's fantastic.
You gotta throw an oatmeal cream pie on the belt and throw them off. A couple boxes of Little Debbie's.
You're joking, but there is a profound statement in there, which is I can just remember my aunt. She'd be gone all day, and she'd go to 10 different places and come back with nothing, and it was all about just talking to people.
There are very few places where you still get that. My son we talked about the planes, so we go get the die-cast model planes, and we go to hobby shops. And the people who work in hobby shops have not left that building since 1983. They live there. And the attention to detail and conversation about the craft and what you're doing, like that, I just love. Like that, I still love. And I still like buying condoms from gas stations.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no self-checkout at the gas station. Like when you get, and like condoms, you have to ask for them most of the time. They're back there like, yeah, give me those.
Yeah, we have a story about that.
And then the guy brings them over. Oh, yeah, man, these are good ones. Like every now and then when you buy condoms at a gas station, the cashier, especially if it's a male cashier, will just give you kind of a thumbs up, like good luck, good luck, soldier. But that makes you feel good.
Yeah. We're talking with Roy Wood Jr. Roy Wood Jr. is a longtime friend of the show, and his newest special is
Don't
called.
just get the condoms, get the Vicks Vapor Rub. That Vicks Vapor Rub.
More of the Best of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way. Comedian Dustin Nickerson will be up next. Stand by. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Introducing the new Volvo XC90 with 7-seat versatility, Google built-in, and advanced safety features for all your precious cargo. The new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more.
Want to take the expressway from Ohio to Iowa? Then I'm gonna ride the road from Iowa to Idaho. Wish they build a highway from Idaho to Hawaii. Oh, I know that you can fly, but I'd rather drive on the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. That's the Ohio, Hawaii highway. It's the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. I'm gonna buy me some pineapples when I'm in Hawaii, and a pound of pie apples when I pass through Idaho. Then I'll get an apple pie when I am in Iowa, and a pallet of thermometers at the Costco in Ohio. Have some pineapple, pie apples, apple pie, and a pallet of thermometers on the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. That's the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. Everybody! It's the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. When I go to the dentist and he puts my gums to sleep, I can't feel my tongue and teeth, and my lips feel like a piece of meat. When he's firing up his drill bit and I'm drowning in my own spit, I like to sing along with the hits like the Ohio, Idaho, Hawaii highway. It's the Ohio, Hawaii highway. It's the Ohio, Hawaii highway. That's the end of the song.
Glad you're back. This is the Bob and Tom Show, the best of the Bob and Tom Show, and this is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Here's a segment with comedian Dustin Nickerson.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here in our places. Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Christy Lee. This has been Chick McGee speaking. Here's Tom to introduce our special guest.
Don't you love saying that?
What?
This has been Chick McGee speaking.
This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Yes.
I don't think I'd ever say it seriously. I hope I wouldn't. I hope I wouldn't work for somewhere that would make me do that. This has been Chick McGee speaking on regular radio station. Blah, 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 blah. I'd lose my mind.
In the studio, we're going to be talking with comedian Dustin Nickerson. Hey, Dustin, good to see you, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's an honor. Appreciate this.
Now, Dustin, right off the bat, I got to find out. Are you a married guy, single guy?
I'm married. I'm married with 3 children.
Whoa!
Yeah, 3 old children. I have teenagers and a young one in there. Yeah, it's
3 old children.
Old children.
How young is the youngest?
10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been pretty vague for 8 years or so. The birthdays just keep happening. It's crazy.
You kind of lose interest, don't you?
Yeah. I do hate that I know, they're like, when's your daughter's birthday? I'm like, the youngest? I know that one. The middle, I don't know, but I can tell you when pitchers and catchers report.
Wow. Just a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I'm a Seattle Mariners fan. I'm very excited. What an
go.
exciting season we have ahead of us.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, I just had a birthday. One of my girls.
Yeah, you didn't, but Finn did.
2 days ago, yeah. I can remember hers easily because it's my quarter birthday.
Okay.
Wow.
Quarter. You keep track of quarter.
I'm sure his daughters do.
Yeah, so she's January 22, and then I'm April 22. So it's easy. It's easy. But then the rest of them, I got to really dig deep to remember them.
Yeah.
That is that's a lot of self-centeredness there. I love that. That's in a good way. I mean that it's just like I can't remember your birthday, but if it's a quarter of mine, yes, then I'll remember yours. I love it.
Right, yeah.
That's the same with me. I remember my middle kid because it's near mine. Because at the end of the day, it's about me.
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Oh yeah. Where are your comedy club dates, honey?
Yeah, exactly.
It's also important to know your own birthday in case you have to go into the hospittal. I just had a little bit of surgery on Monday, and I had to give my birthday about 50 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little bit of I just did 40 this year. Before I hit 40, and we did a birthday party, and this is the last one that I get for a while, I think, because birthdays are less significant. I've realized as you get older, when you're young, you get with our kids, we give them every year 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 20s you get every 5 years. 21, cool.
Right.
25, you get a full brain. Congrats. 30, 35, 40. Nobody cares till 50, 60, 70. And then I realized at 70, you get it every year again.
Right, yeah.
I remember 71. I'm like, oh, you're still alive. That's great.
They're fading very quickly. We're speaking with comedian Dustin Nickerson. You're touring around. You're friends with our good friend, comedian Greg Warren.
Greg Warren, yeah. He's a regular here. Greg and I met touring with Bergazzi, and he's there. Yeah, Nate's great. Nate's great. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Yeah.
He's doing all right.
He's got a bright future. Keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah.
Coming to
an
arena near you.
Yeah, Nate first came in here. He was playing one of the small clubs.
Sure was.
I just remember it was fascinating that his father is a magician.
Yes. His father's on tour right now, as a matter of fact.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nate recently. I was like, I don't know where they're going to put you anymore. The venues are at a certain point, are we just going to put you in a field? Like
Woodstock?
A Gettysburg Address. we don't actually build structures that can hold this amount of people.
Yeah.
So just go over there and orate for a while. But Greg's a friend, and I'll see him in a couple weeks when I'm in St. Louis there. He's great. Very funny guy, and
we don't really care for him. We just
I love to tell him that he has that wrestling isn't as impressive as he thinks it is, and it is a very impressive sport, but it irritates him, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, good.
I've told him before that even wrestling at the college level is fake.
Yeah.
And he really gets irritated.
And you're not saying it's not athletic.
No.
But it's just fake.
Yeah, they have to know what they're doing so they don't get hurt.
I virtually never fail to remind him that he has a cauliflower ear.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, how can you miss it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very upsetting.
He wears the headphones. I ask him to take them off.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's wearing headphones when he's not wearing them. It just
hideous.
It is upsetting.
They wear it so proudly.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Dustin Nickerson your actual real name?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
But were your parents fans of Dustin Hoffman?
So yeah, that is. My mom wanted to name me Sterling, and my dad cared about my future. My dad didn't want to create a boy named Sue type situation. If you get that Johnny Cash reference, but it's he pushed for Dustin. And then my mom left when I was 5. So thank goodness my dad really, put his foot down on the name.
Yeah. No, so this happens to be a fun story. Yeah. Well, glad I brought it up. Yeah. Because it's kind of an unusual name, but I'd never heard it until, I guess, the movie The Graduate. And
really? Dustin wasn't that widespread before Dustin Hoffman?
It still isn't.
I can't see anybody in Tom's crowd when he was a teenager being named Dustin or Dusty.
I've grown up with Dustins my whole life. I guess that's why.
I think it was one of those things that Dustin Hoffman made famous.
I grew up with one too. So,
but I think Sterling.
I mean, Sterling Hayden is the
my
only.
My nurse. Yeah. My niece has a son named Sterling.
That's great.
I think it's a cool name.
When naming children, which I've done many times, I use the Supreme Court justice rule.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? You want a name that's going to sound like it could be, although that's
I see what
rapidly
you mean.
changing.
Yes, it is.
But Sterling Nickerson, that sounds absolutely like a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, that does have a bit of vibrance to it. Listen, I'll change if it'll help sell these late shows. I'll do whatever it takes.
Now, do you mind if I ask the names of your children?
No, not at all. My children's names are Joel, Gloria, and Claire. We wanted names that were unique but not too unique. We're not like the era of parents like my kid's name is Mist. We wanted something fairly in the normal range, but stood out a little bit. Not unlike a Dustin, where you're like, I've seen it, I know how to pronounce it, but at least hopefully there. My wife's a Melissa. And so there are a million Melissas.
Right.
So
Gloria's an interesting
Those are great
choice.
names.
Gloria, thank you. Appreciate that. Gloria was more unique when we lived in Seattle, and then we lived 15 minutes from the Mexican border. More Glorias down there. There's a lot more Glorias. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And neck tattoos.
Yes. That's say Gloria, actually.
I think
we're coming back with more of the Bob and Tom Show. We're going to talk about milkshakes and pedicures coming up next hour. But next segment, we're going to learn about Christie's bird feeder. You'll want to stick around for that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can make me feel like a spectator in my own life.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine preventive treatment.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor, visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com, or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
This is the best of the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Glad you're here. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom studios. Christy's got a problem with her bird feeder. Let's get the latest.
Christy is rapidly becoming our bird expert.
Well, I got a new bird feeder yesterday.
I heard. Now,
buddy.
Is this someone stole your bird feeder?
The raccoons stole my bird feeder.
Mission accomplished.
It's actually us. We come over every night and mess with
Well,
you.
now we have one with a camera in it. It's called the Bird Buddy. And
I'm telling you, have you seen these cameras?
I received it as a gift yesterday.
Because obviously there are those eagles that have been getting
Yeah.
They take
publicity.
You can have one at your house with a bird feeder that take unbelievable pictures of birds,
And
like close-ups, and it's amazing.
And it'll recognize the same bird, and you can name it, and it'll alert you on the phone, and it'll go, Tom, the cardinal is back. And you can turn on your camera.
I'm hoping to be Pope someday, but I've been thinking about my papacy.
You know, if you're sitting at home naming birds, waiting for Larry the Blue Jay, you need to get out of the house. And that's coming from someone who likes to be at his house, okay?
Yeah, I don't think I'll get that crazy.
Yes, you will.
You're already there.
Why wouldn't you? I hope so.
You have it.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We've been telling you. Have you seen the movie with Steve? Is it Steve? Who I'm trying to think.
Martin.
Steve Martin.
No, I haven't.
Owen Wilson,
I know
Jack
what you're
Black.
talking about.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, that's it. Owen Wilson, Jack Black, Steve Martin, and it's called. Is it called The Good Year? What is it? The Big Year. Sorry,
A Big Year is an actual thing in bird watching.
Really?
I saw it several years ago. It's really good. It's one of you might call it a small movie. It's not like huge.
Independent.
Is Jack Black?
It's very good.
Jack Black in the movie going, oh, it's a big year. Yeah.
Not as much.
No,
he's pretty gentle.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
His dad is Brian Dennehy.
Jack can be really good. Did you see the movie where he plays the Undertaker?
I think Jack's fantastic.
That's very good.
That's
Bernie,
terrific.
yeah.
That's great. And in any event, let's move forward here.
Shirley MacLaine.
We get letters on every topic here at the Bob and Tom program. And here's one. I casually said the other day that I really wanted to visit Vietnam.
Is this our letter segment?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Didn't I just say that?
No, you just started. Here's a letter. That's not introducing a segment. That's slapped together at best. That's just plain sloppy.
Sloppy radio.
Sloppy broadcasting.
It's careless. Some might even say irresponsible.
Yes. What about kids out there wanting to have their own radio show?
Ladies and gentlemen, not in honor of the great Sly Stone, a little bit of everyday people.
Boy, music just doesn't get better.
It's even mixed well. It sounds great.
The sentiment is as wonderful as anything.
And then it switches to this.
I can't do it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, try that at home. Yeah, he was a genius. Sly Stone. Sadly, if you have not heard, Mr. Stone has passed away at the age of 82.
Mr. Stewart.
That's his real name.
Yes.
He
had a child with B.B. King's daughter. I had no idea.
He flourished in the late
Phoebe.
60s, early 70s.
Yeah, Phoebe King is the.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. BB and Phoebe?
Well, BB's daughter, Phoebe, yeah.
Is it possible for me to see BB's BB?
I don't know, but have you seen pictures of Phoebe King?
No.
I have not. BB's daughter, Phoebe?
What's her handle on CB?
Does she have a CD? Phoebe CB?
Oh, and she released a CD.
Phoebe and the BB.
All right, stop it. I just changed the channel and I live here.
This is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh.
Are we doing our letter segment?
Dear show.
I was going to start with one.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, well.
I'll read mine after you read yours. Do you have a letter?
No. I had mentioned there's a couple of places I want to visit. Portugal is one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Go now and avoid the rush.
And
hey, take the month off.
Yeah,
that's what you say to us. Yeah, go fishing.
I hope you're ready to play your song in a second.
Which one?
Pick up your guitar.
Your AI song.
When I ask you, I don't want you to act like we'd never talked about it. I don't want to.
We didn't talk about it, but
Yeah, we did.
We just talked about it.
Oh, I thought he meant before the
You
show.
got to stop medicating.
I love medication.
This is from a guy who is currently living in Saigon.
What does he have to say about it?
He loves it there. He goes, please come visit. Most Americans think of Vietnam just as a war, not a country. The truth is Vietnam is a great place, a rich history beyond the war, a very modern country now with an expanding economy and a bright future. The local people are very happy to have American tourists. So please come visit. You guys could do the show. You'd start in the late afternoon.
Oh, that sounds good.
Just P.S. It's a long plane ride.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It is.
And he sent a video made from his apartment. If we can see the Saigon skyline. We'll have to get on this and get this posted.
Wow.
But yeah, thanks for the letter. We really appreciate it from wherever you are. Now, our official beginning of the letter segment will begin now.
Hello, show.
Yeah.
People are picking up on this. I saw a blimp over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Does it say
This
where?
is that's from Alan.
Where is he?
He calls it. He says it's out. Doesn't say.
Because
Good writer.
The Goodyear blimp is doing a whole bunch of ceremonial trips because it's the 100th anniversary.
Correct.
I can't think of a next to waiting for Larry the Blue Jay to stop by and my bird feeder talk to me. I can't think of a odder topic. Than
let's say
where's the blimp today?
Let's say you're in a car with somebody else, which I know is rare for you because you like to be by yourself. If you're in the car with somebody else, you're driving down the street, and you look up and see the blimp. Do you say anything?
No.
You don't go, oh, cool, there's a blimp.
No.
At the very least, when you go, oh, there's the blimp.
Oh,
I think point it out.
I think, oh, there's the blimp. I don't go, this is exciting.
Right.
There's the blimp. Right. I don't do that like you would.
I do because
you're insane.
I have joie de vivre.
Yes, the love of life. That's what you have.
This morning I drove in and went, oh my God, look at the moon.
That was incredible.
I love it when there's
But it's not full. It's not full. Tonight is full. Right?
It's close.
Tonight is full.
Yeah.
Is it waxing?
Now, if I had seen the blimp pass before the moon,
that would be.
I would have bought a lottery ticket. Because, as you know, that's good luck.
99%. I have a moon indicator on my phone.
Yeah, very nice.
Why don't you go outside and take a picture of the moon?
99%. I can do, boss.
Leave your fob.
Okay.
Here's it says, "Dear Philistines and Tom."
Oh,
so already.
Whoa! What are you, Tom?
We talked about things you should know by the age of 18. Things you should be able to do.
I love this, Tom.
Knowledge you should have. Yeah. They included changing a tire and stuff like that. Well, this man, Dave from Appleton, says, my 20-year-old daughter texted me that her car was out of blinker fluid. her turn signal was burned out.
Oh, I love it.
And doesn't it, when that happens, it just stays on solid, right? Isn't that how
it will?
It
yeah.
indicate,
Okay.
Or in the older cars,
it depends
I think
what kind of,
hopefully. Hey, if you're 20 and you've never had to deal with it.
Right.
But I think the notion of this is...
That sounds like something God would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The notion of this article was, Chick, you weren't here for this. It started with this woman named Katherine Johnson Martinko. I don't know how she pronounces her name. She has, I think it was something like 12 skills everyone should know, and then she got this huge response. But highlights would include driving a car and a boat, including a manual transmission. Right there, you've eliminated a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I like this one. Dancing decently enough to be able to participate at a wedding. I'm probably not going to be there.
A lot of these were straight out of How to Win Friends and Influence People. They were ancient.
Yeah.
Oh,
something
yeah, they were.
How to darn a sock.
Yeah, who needs to darn a sock?
How to write a thank you note.
Darn a sock.
That was absolutely on there.
Yeah. I call Amazon and order new socks.
No one
Isn't
writes.
that nice that you have new sock money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, natural fibers too, I bet.
Ordering from a menu with confidence, tipping appropriately.
You don't do that. You never order from the menu.
Occasionally I do. I often just ask
you
the server.
burden the server with your conversation.
We learned yesterday that
hey, we're going to be your favorite table. What do you recommend?
What does that tattoo stand
Vomit,
for?
vomit,
yes,
vomit.
I always get my food first, and it's the best at the table.
Anybody ever tell you, damn, you look like Jack Elam?
With the lazy eye.
I try. When I do say that to people, I try to use dated references so they don't know.
This is an absolutely true story.
Are you familiar with
and
that?
I never will stop telling it. We were at lunch. The server, a woman, comes over, and Tom announces to the table, 17 of us at least. Excuse me. He probably said something like sweetie or something because that's how he talks to women. Has anyone ever told you look like NASCAR driver Jimmy Spencer?
Which was not a compliment.
Yes, but the resemblance was unbelievable.
I'm not arguing the point. It was the likeness was uncanny.
Yeah, I mean, she could have been.
But
if she'd said that's my twin brother, I would have said obvious.
I swear, the next week she had quit, and no one's seen her since. That was all true.
Actually, there was a very sad.
He was with me at lunch He was with me at Tom was with me at lunch one time and said to the waitress, "Do you know you have very unusual looks?" And Yeah, I know he meant exotic.
Yep. I've heard him do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that came off.
He's embarrassing.
Coming up next, Christy is pissed, and not about her bird feeder. You'll get the details coming up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Don't miss Blinds.com's 4th of July mega sale happening now. Save up to 50%, plus get a free professional measure. Blinds.com invented a better way to shop for window treatments with upfront pricing, no showroom markups, and no salespeople in your home. Choose from classic shutters to outdoor shades and more, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't miss Blinds.com's 4th of July mega sale. Save up to 50%, plus get a free measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Little ditty about Josh and Chick McGee. Two funny guys have a few drinks and watch TV. Josh and Chick, big radio stars. Catch them every morning, turn them on in your car. Ooh, yeah. Sucking on hot dog, mustard on the bottom.
That's right.
You got the movie tickets? Josh says he's got it.
That's right.
Chicky say, hey, Josh, what if we ever have a fight? Josh says that'll be an awkward morning, all right. Ooh, yeah, their bromance lives on long after the thrill of Bob and Tom are gone.
I don't know about that.
Ooh, yeah, their bromance lives on. Chick drinks on the porch while Josh mows his new lawn. All right, rock on. Ow!
More of the Bob and Tom Show now. This is Christopher here in the Bob and Tom studios. Boy, Christy is pissed about something. Let's get the details.
I've got a technical question for you ladies, Christy Lee,
What?
in a matter of moments. This is a topic you have brought up before.
Okay.
I need a little bit of clarity on it.
Yes.
But I want to wait for Ms. Hooker to get here, and she is doing something that she always does for us, which is make delicious food.
Mm-hmm.
And she has created apparently some dip in honor of the Super Bowl that we get to try.
Mm-hmm.
So I certainly am looking forward to that.
Tom, I just learned something, a disparity between men and women in a way that I was told yesterday.
Oh, brain size?
And I wanted to... yes, my guys have to be way smaller.
Yeah.
Christy, did you know that if you and I went to go get a pedicure today, they would charge me a little more than you?
I did not know
I was
that.
told that they charge more for men
Why?
because the assumption,
more work to do?
Yes,
Bigger
the assumption is that it's more
Absolutely.
because we don't get them done as often.
It's a lot. Yeah.
yeah, they're probably
sense.
a little more less. They're probably more unpleasant.
Yeah.
Really?
I can see that.
So it's almost hazard pay.
Now, let me ask you
Yeah.
this. This is a haircut, obviously.
For women, it's way more expensive.
So expensive,
Way
yeah.
expensive.
And every day I'll say to Kelly, "Oh, you got a haircut today," and she looks at me like no, that the word haircut is not used. It's you get my mom would always say, "I got my hair done," but they do more than just cut.
I say I got my hair cut.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Well, I think Beyonce, Queen Bee says, I got my hair did, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah.
Was she got a blowout? What is she?
Yeah, but I mean,
style?
there's lots of different things that the ladies do, but I mean, there's not the disparity in price.
It's
is
unbelievable.
probably substantial.
I'm not complaining a lot because women obviously have to spend a ton more money on stuff like that than guys do. But Ace?
Maybe it's like back in the day when a woman went to go buy a car, they can take advantage of them.
If we're going to talk about this subject,
that's interesting though.
There are some companies that to this day will not come out and give you an estimate if your husband isn't home. And I would like to say this. That is bull.
Christy, that's insane.
I've had this happen 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Why is
and
it?
I'm like,
was it because they don't want to have to explain it to you 3 times?
oh, Tom. It's the most sexist, antiquated,
joke.
horrible.
For God's sake, stop it.
That is, I
can't believe they do it.
Christy, I can't believe that I would almost guarantee that's not company policy.
It is. I've asked, and I have said to the lady the other day, I go, I am beyond pissed right now because I can make decisions on my own.
And did she go, this is why we want to talk to the men?
Yes. Women just go, their tempers.
Yeah, boy, they're always just so
No, I am not. I could
That's
say
wild.
names right now.
What if you're a single woman?
If you're well, they ask you that.
You're not allowed to get the service done.
Who's on the deed to your home? That's what she asked me.
Wow. Well, they may need to know that.
Why?
Jump First
None of
National
your damn
Bank
business.
Well, women really shouldn't be owning homes.
Oh my God, Josh.
Okay, now we're in trouble.
Not putting your names on things.
Yeah,
we
what
had
are you
a-
talking about?
I was so mad. Still mad.
Okay, now we had an interesting topic I want to return to in just a few
What
minutes.
happened to our fun show?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
What happened?
We were talking about the AVN Awards. This is
Say it so
the
nasty.
Adult Video News. So this is the Organized Pornography Awards, adult cinema, if you will.
Sure.
And do they still call it adult? It's adult video, I guess, because it's digital and
branding. Yeah, they're not going to change that.
Do they do? I've never watched them or whatever. Do they do like classic? Like, do they go? Do they have like the Thalberg Award?
They have
for the finest career
Lifetime
in
achievement.
They
Yes.
do, yes. Yeah. I wonder who won this year. But they do, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a Hall of Fame.
There's a porno Hall of Fame?
I don't know if there's a brick and mortar place that you can go, but there is
Makes sense.
an AVN Hall of Fame, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Got to have Vanessa Del Rio in there.
She was probably a first ballot.
One of your favorites?
Yeah, I bet it's a lot more expensive to go if you want to go in the back door at the.
There we go.
There are hundreds of people in the AVN Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Nina Hartley in there?
She must be.
Well, let's see. I'm sure it is.
Nina Hartley actually does good work for couples.
Nina Hartley is in.
Wow.
So we'll have to wait for Ms. Hooker before we can.
Holy heck, there are.
You have a song, Pat? You'll give me the look.
Oh no, I was Josh's porn, not addiction, but your
I used to
your love for it.
Yeah,
it's in the past, so you get
for the most
teased a
part.
lot.
Yeah.
But I was asking you if let me. I guess this might be the proper word. Is the erotic cinema of that era a better trigger for you than contemporary erotica, if you will?
I will always have an affinity for the stars, the porn stars that I watched during my formative years.
There you go.
I see. And you mentioned that I've always wondered. I know that maybe some psychiatrist out there has experienced this, in which one of their clients or patients has to have their porno from a certain era, and it has to be on a VCR.
Sure.
And you were saying that a certain sound you associated with.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. Get buttered up.
Get buttered up.
I am glad I'm sitting.
It's a coming.
Buttered up.
The sound of the modem. That was the era when you discovered online porno. You had to.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah. It was new, and I was of the age.
When did the DVDs of porn get phased out? Was that
I think they followed pretty much the trend. I don't
of streaming,
and anything got earlier to any type of any genre got earlier than any other.
Now,
genre.
will that go away now that half the states in America have restrictions on
the age?
Yeah, they have. I forget how it works. I know.
You have to prove you're over 18.
You always had to at the physical stores.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. A 14-year-old couldn't go in and rent a porn.
And what was the name of the store you used to go to?
Spanky's was one of them, and Award Video was the other.
Now, Spanky's had like mainstream movies as well, right? Or
no, these were both exclusively porn. Yeah.
Ah.
I did not know that.
Now,
Yes.
if you go to those used CD and DVD stores, do they typically have a erotic section, if you will?
Oh, I have seen some where they do. Yeah.
So you
Even
can-
stores like remember Fry's. There were
Yeah.
only a few
Right.
kind of around the country, but they would have an adult section. I never told you guys this story, I don't think. But
no.
And Pat, this could lead into your song. Is one night I was at before the open mic at the St. Louis Funny Bone. The Spanky's was pretty close to the Funny Bone, and so I went there first. And I was renting some movies, and there were two guys behind the counter, and they were having a conversation. And the one guy goes, "Yeah, I'm out of here in about an hour." And the guy goes, "Oh, what are you up to tonight?" And he goes, me and my girlfriend are going to the St. Louis Funny Bone to watch some comedy. And I go, I'll see you there. Because I was on stage.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer.
Did you feel uncomfortable knowing he was in the audience?
No, I just went, whatever.
Okay.
Now, Pat, you got your guitar out.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was back in '97, way before Josh could stream. You'd have to go to Spanky's for a dirty tape or magazine. Down at the pawn shop, he'd have to drive, to a nasty rundown building off I-65.
Down at the porn shop,
the creepy clerky smiles.
Down at the porn shop.
Where's the big booty aisle?
Down at the porn shop.
His mom has many concerns.
Down at the porn shop.
When she makes his returns. Down at the porn shop. Porn shop. Yeah, looking around the place. Josh can't believe his eyes.
Oh, look at this one.
Videos of butts and boobies, every color, every size. Down at the pawn shop, way back in his youth, where he took his pants off in the video booth.
We had guests over.
Down at the porn shop.
It ain't so discreet.
Down at the porn shop.
Your butcher's beating the meat.
Down at the porn shop.
Josh won't leave the house.
Down at the porn shop.
Doesn't need a hooker or spouse. Down at the porn shop. Porn shop.
Thank you very much.
What happens? I just go, there are so many other things I want to do as opposed to just
Yeah, desire wanes as we get older, Josh.
Yeah, and I think you go, oh no, my time is limited on this earth. I'm going to try to get some things done.
Now, I know that we have the Academy Awards coming up, and this pornography award show, the AVNs. Are they getting up there and thanking their parents? And,
they do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an industry, Tom.
It is, and it's not as taboo as you.
I mean, it has to be fairly awkward.
As you make it to be.
It's a multiple billion-dollar business.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying, the award ceremony, I'm just saying, there's a guy up there in a tux going, I just want to thank everybody who helped me out with all hands on dick, our tribute to PT69. And fellas, thank you very much. I mean, come on. That is embarrassing.
Well, but it's only embarrassing to you. It's not to them.
Do they have it?
I watch it because of the categories. I find very humorous.
See, this is one of the cases where Ace actually is more schooled in the awards themselves because you've seen multiple.
Yeah.
So do they do the pre-show? Do they have like them walking on the pink carpet?
No, it's just
they have
a
a
red
big
carpet.
Red carpet.
They've got who's the guy who's always on the red carpet? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't have Melissa Rivers.
Yeah, Melissa Rivers on the pink carpet.
They say, who are you wearing?
Yeah, also it is very much like.
Or I guess that thing, who aren't you wearing?
Or who are you almost wearing?
Yes, yeah. Coming up, I have a question that kind of revolves around this, but we'll get back to that in a few minutes. We go back to the SILAC Insurance News Desk with Christy Lee.
Who knew, but apparently well-endowed men struggle with self-esteem issues. Some say that most dream of having a large male member, guys, but if you're in the group of the very well-endowed, having a large penis can be more of a curse. Some well-endowed men have shared their penis-related relationship woes onto Reddit, with users often offering their anecdotes like, 3 relationships I have had ended due, at least in part, because my male member was too long.
That is a shame.
And saddest was when the woman I married said she enjoyed sex, then about 2 months into the marriage admitted I was way too big and sex constantly hurt her.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
That's horrible.
You want to be sexually compatible, obviously.
Right. Others cited self-esteem issues, saying women are just shallow as men and will talk to your penis without bothering to make eye contact.
What?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't understand.
And that they felt objectified by potential partners.
That's really interesting. That guys have that they feel that way.
The only downside I've always found was skinny dipping.
Oh, that's what gets them. Yeah,
yeah, you know.
Like a rudder? Is it
Or is it more of an anchor?
More of mistaken for an eel. That sort of thing.
Women's circles,
In
that
fact,
kind
some of those
thing.
blurry Nessie photos are actually Tom.
Yeah.
Other
Very
issues included needing to buy a larger pant size for the lower inseam, and then
Stretching out the top of your sock.
That's a shame.
and hot days being a problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy, these hot days sure are.
Night sweats.
Yeah.
A lot of bat wing.
I wonder if there's a judge out there who, back in the day when divorces had to be contested, some woman came in and said, Your Honor, I have to leave him because his male member is too large. That'll be when you go home and tell the wife. Huh? You're not going to believe what happened today. This lady walked in.
My dad said while he was in the Army, the drill sergeant was going around checking everybody's uniforms, making sure they were all up to snuff and everything. And you could see one guy's bulge. He was so well endowed, and the drill sergeant, for minutes, just berated him for having too big of a penis.
Like he could control that.
Right. What are you supposed to do?
Right.
He's just getting
That's how John Holmes was discovered.
in the Army?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember reading that. There's an interesting book about it. He's the guy they based whatchamacallit?
Dirk Diggler, yeah.
Yeah, Dirk Diggler on. Now that you're back here, before we get to the appetizer here, I have a technical question for you.
Okay.
And this may reflect more on me
Sure.
than on you guys. We were looking at the photographs of Ms. Cox.
Yes.
What was her name again?
Kendra Cox.
Kendra Cox.
Both with Ks.
And both Chick and I went, those boobs are fake.
They're real.
You insist that they're real.
Yeah.
Now, neither of you ladies would be considered flat-chested. However, I know you know women who might be.
Right.
Do flat-chested women, the analogy would be to bald guys, like where I always go, that's a toupee. Do flat-chested women always go, those boobs are fake? In other words, do they develop a...
I don't know. I don't think
I guess
they care.
I don't. Yeah, I don't care. It's only when you guys say it that I'm going to call you out and go, no, you're wrong.
That's a fair question,
Yeah.
Tom, but I don't think women...
No.
I think women are way better at knowing if they're real or fake.
Yeah, and I think women who are flat-chested, if they wanted them, they would get them, and they don't care.
Yeah, they're not as... Yeah.
But for example, I watched the commercial for the Super Bowl with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Yes.
And it's really well done. I'm not going to spoil it. I thought it was great. I'm a fan.
But-
Meg looks great. But I thought that the toupee that Mr. Crystal was wearing was really obvious.
So you're saying because you lack hair, the first thing that your eye is drawn to
exactly.
is
That's my question.
What you're not taking into account is not all bald guys
care
are that worried about
Yes.
it. They're not as. Well, I saw a still of Billy Crystal from that
Yeah.
commercial. I would never have guessed.
I wouldn't
toupee.
have either.
I didn't either.
I thought at first it was a dead muskrat on his head.
No, but you know what? When I will always appreciate a beautiful chest. If I'm just like, man, that's you. Good job. Those are great knockers and
hammers.
But I mean, I guess
Party bags.
But yeah, I'm always.
But
I don't. But
okay,
I don't. But I don't want them.
Well, and you ladies are both perfectly acceptable in that realm.
You don't have to comment.
Help me get out of this, Chick.
Will you not
Chick is
spoil
letting me
his
die.
uncomfortable moment that I'm enjoying?
Now, coming up, we have this. This is leading to this other story we have, and I had never heard of this. Just give me the real
VBL, vampire breast lift.
There is a new thing out there, I guess, the vampire breast lift, and it's approved by whatever.
The FDA.
And it's
A
enhanced,
natural way to enhance your own
enhanced boobs,
breast.
and it's not like an exercise or fake thing on the internet.
One huge boob.
Yeah, we'll find
he's
out.
counting them.
We'll find out what that is all about.
You can just not care for it. You don't have to comment.
But it's going to be.
We're coming right back, so stand by. We're going to learn about milkshakes, the protector, and a summer penis. Whatever that is. It's coming up next on the Bob and Tom Show.
At the UPS Store, we want to make this summer the summer of shipping. Summer Shipalooza. So you can start crossing items off your must-ship list. Like the vintage film camera your college kid needs for class. Or the vase you told your mom you would send her ages ago. And with our pack and ship guarantee, your items arrive safe or we reimburse you. So stop by your local store today for everything you need to be unstoppable. Visit the upsstore.com/guarantee for full details. Available at participating locations. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Welcome back. More of the Bob and Tom Show. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. We got a summer penis. Is that some kind of disease or something? Milkshakes and the Protector coming up in this segment.
Just going through some of our mail.
What is it? That must be because a milkshake don't shake like that? Or what is it? What am I
My
trying to say?
milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
That one. My milkshake
Damn right.
brings all the boys to
And
the
it's
yard.
better than yours.
Better
Damn
than
right.
yours.
What does she mean by that?
You're damn right.
What do you mean? What does she mean?
It
by that?
gets back to my American male's fascination all of a sudden with the behind.
Yeah.
It went from boobs to behind.
Well, because of the Kardashians, right?
But doesn't
maybe.
milkshake sort
Or
of
Beyonce.
suggest boobs?
That's what
I thought milkshake that's her hips and she's shaking
Yeah,
her ass.
Right, but I'm saying
the presence of milk.
Right.
Oh.
I don't. I get boob. I get butt out of milkshake as well.
Well, but
I get it. Obviously, it's the source.
Yes.
Why wouldn't it be your breasts? I don't know.
Would you drink a milkshake made out of mother's milk? Human mother's milk.
Any human mother milk.
I don't think so.
Did you ever taste any of the milk that was available in your many children you've had?
forays into this.
Well, when you reheat breast milk, if you've used a pump, you do usually put a little bit on
On your
your
wrist.
and then lick it off, probably, and yeah.
In an episode of Friends, one character describes it as tasting like cantaloupe. Would you say that's true?
I don't think it's
No.
that sweet at
Okay.
all. No, yeah,
I've never tasted
I've never known
it.
friends to lie to me.
Oh, sorry.
You know what is sweet though,
Is-
Josh?
Oh, okay.
How about that pudding?
So creepy.
Got Chick, did I give you the story about the new award in the NFL? Or did I forget to give that to you?
No, I
Chose
I
not
had
to
it.
read it.
I chose the. Here's the thing. I talked with the Chick McGee board.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they
You
were
had a meeting.
unanimous.
You had a meeting.
Yeah.
They said, don't do this story.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
I thought you'd like that story.
It's a cash grab for an advertisement, but go ahead.
You think, why? I don't understand.
Well, what is it?
Yeah.
Is it sponsored by somebody?
There's like there's MVP, there's Rookie of the Year,
Right.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now there's, what is it?
Offensive
Protector.
the name, I admit the name is
Offensive Protector.
Yeah, brought to you by Armor All.
Oh, come
or
on,
whatever.
Tom.
No, I made up the Armor All
No,
part.
it's
Lineman of the Year.
The headline is NFL introducing Protector of the Year award for the O-line. So
That sounds weird.
So you're protecting a quarterback? So it would
So
be.
who's, in other words, which lineman was great at protecting the quarterback? And
All right.
I can see him selling it to, say, the Trojan people.
Right.
Right there. See, you're thinking advertisers too.
Well, you got to make some money. Come on.
And no one calls it
Oh, yeah, the
O-line in
NFL's
those-
struggling.
Yeah, those.
anything about the NFL, by the way.
Yeah, I think our friend Jeff Saturday probably would have won that had they had that back in the day. Oh yeah, Protector of the Year. You kidding me?
Call it something better than that. I don't like Protector of the Year.
Yeah, like in college, there's the Outlander trophy, and I don't know who it's named after, but it's the offensive lineman.
Protector of the Year sounds like something you would give to a Secret Service member.
Yeah.
The
Bednarik Award, I think, is linebacker.
Yeah, the name. They should name it after somebody.
They should. Who was history's best?
I think people would say John Hanna from the
All right.
Patriots or something.
So the Hanna Award.
The Hanna Award.
That really does
great.
have a nice ring to it.
Yeah. All right, we fixed it.
Yay!
Or to maybe the PR dude that protects some guy from getting the terrible publicity he deserves for some horrible thing that he did.
Oh, kind of the Spin Doctor Award.
Yeah.
Oh, you say attack. I say it was a former love interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
She consented. She consented to me punching her in the face. You know,
That's right. She wanted to. She likes it. No. Have you ever heard anything stupider than somebody saying that, and the response is, she liked it rough?
Oh, boy.
Don't you just want to, is that right? Okay.
Who are you talking to?
That'd be fun to be shoved
Maybe
down
the,
an escalator.
Maybe the cop that arrested me. Oh.
Yeah, but that's a new award. I think it's kind of fun. Well, sorry, we'll move on.
You're wrong.
Health experts warn that a phenomenon called summer penis is back in the news, you guys.
What?
And could be
Is this like summer teeth?
that could worsen erectile dysfunction symptoms.
But this has been debunked
Dr.
over and over.
Donald Grant told the Daily Mail that hotter temperatures can make it more difficult for men to get or keep an erection for multiple reasons,
Pat has a soul.
including dehydration, fatigue, and poor sleep. He added that rising temperatures tends to lead to an increase in alcohol consumption, which can also have an extremely negative impact on ED symptoms.
Well, sure. That's not called summer penis.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's called whiskey. Yeah.
I've never heard of summer penis.
Well, it's a phenomenon, Jess, of men appearing to grow in the summer heat.
Summer penis had me a blast.
I thought it was like cuffing, like the cuffing season. I thought like there's a penis season, like there's more penis to be had in the summer.
I think it's just in the winter when things are cold.
Yeah.
Brat penis summer.
Is that Frank?
Do you know what cuffing season is?
Let's just get this over with.
Okay.
Is that Frank?
It is.
Summer penis.
Yeah.
Gets big and strong in the sun and heat. Oh, it has. Thank you, Josh. It has more girth. Ladies, please keep it down. It has more girth. Something about the warmth. It expands the meat. It was nice and long. I had a Speedo on and took my girlfriend's hand. Two lovers and a summer penis dragging in the sand. I'm not done yet.
Oh.
A winter penis is a sad sight behind that fly. This is where, under the pubic hair, he goes to die. My girlfriend longs for those August nights when he's at his angriest and meanest. Come back, my summer penis. My summer penis. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you,
Jeremy.
Frank.
Thank you.
You were there that night. You were beautiful. You're on the left side.
Yeah, so it's heat related, but they're saying that you're outside more, you're going to get drunk, and you're not going to be able to function.
Right.
You're not going to be able to what?
Function. Yeah.
Function.
I don't blame you for asking.
Wow.
You're not going to be able to.
I heard a really funny Frank Sinatra live from like the 70s. I don't know. He was doing some show and he goes, "Yeah, I'm off the whiskey. I'm off the hard stuff." He goes, "It's Mouton Cadet for me. It's some kind of wine that I remember my mom having." And I was like, "Mouton Cadet? I haven't heard that in 100 years." And it was just so funny to hear him say, "I'm off the hard stuff."
Yeah.
It's Mouton Cadet
That's
for me.
funny.
Yeah,
it was really
I
funny.
think at the end he stopped drinking the Jack
And it was
went to
all
a
red wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
red wine.
I remember Lambrusco when I was a kid. That was
I do too.
is that the
sweet
So Nice on Ice? Was that
No,
there?
That's Riunite.
Riunite.
There,
Oh.
that one
Riunite on
too.
ice.
Yeah.
So nice.
We were a Boone's Farm family.
Okay.
Little Strawberry Hill.
A lot of
for
Strawberry
that.
Hill.
I shoplifted Boone's Farm.
Why? It was $3.
Hey, times were
It
tough.
was just it was the thrill in his case. Well, thank you, Rich. We've covered everything. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Tom, but thank you. A man has been diagnosed with so-called parrot chlamydia.
That's right.
After accidentally inhaling chicken droppings.
Inhaling
Gross.
chicken droppings.
According to a report in BMC Infectious Diseases,
Yeah, I like to huff in the coop.
the 26-year-old was hospitalized in China
I see.
with a lingering cough and persistent high fever.
Polyvinyl antibiotic.
People in America don't get me.
Tests showed he had psittacosis or parrot fever caused by chlamydia Siaki bacteria.
Ugh.
Physicians reported the man had mistakenly inhaled chicken manure. Now, okay, I've done a lot of crazy things in my day, but how do you mistakenly inhale chicken manure?
I'm assuming drinking was involved. Well, it's
Ah,
white
gosh.
like cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who are going, this chlamydia is not the same as the sexually transmitted chlamydia.
Yeah, still.
But they are part of the same bacterial
Yeah,
group.
chlamydia
Yeah.
is chlamydia is chlamydia.
Aren't men all carriers? Isn't that right? And it doesn't affect us?
No, that's
HPV. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
But it causes forgetfulness in men.
You can
Does it?
actually really clearly see my HPV. I have HDPV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that more expensive?
It's high definition papilloma.
Yeah, high definition.
mine's crazy, shaky, and wild. It's
Uh-oh.
No, hang
Come
on.
on.
Be patient.
Everybody, yeah.
everybody want to guess what it is?
Is it PDT?
Let's see. What do I have?
The DTs?
No, not the DTs.
You have attention deficit syndrome.
ADHD, TV, PV. Well, there's too many letters. I can't even do my own joke. So I'm confused. So the parrots have chlamydia?
Yeah, the birds do.
And what's it called?
Bird fever.
Bird fever?
You got to boogie down.
You got to boogie down.
Parrot fever.
Hey, Josh, was this one of your show choir songs? Yes, it was.
You guys boogie. Did you do a dance to it?
Do you have the hand, at least the hand movements?
I don't. I can try.
Could you favor us with that, please?
Well,
hang on a second. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a YMCA thing.
Yeah, they were singing.
They were singing while they were moving, though.
Did you ever do the
Did
YMCA
you
song?
sit around when you said going around?
I don't remember, but probably.
Any
We never did YMCA, no.
Their salt would have you
No,
spin.
we
on
didn't.
that.
I enjoy being a girl is what I did at state contest. Yeah.
Really? I enjoy being a girl.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
I did that for a talent show.
Okay, Josh, since you're the one that loves grammar and you want to start using semicolons.
Well, I already used them. Yeah.
Spell the word chlamydia for me.
K?
No.
You know it's not K.
I know. But I know what he wanted to set me up for. And I will not be...
CHL.
I will not allow an insinuation.
CHL is correct.
That I have chlamydia.
CHLA.
Silent G.
MYDIA.
Yep, very good, chick.
Chlamydia also could be a girl's first name.
Oh,
Lydia.
Chlamydia, oh, chlamydia.
Doesn't it sound like a name? I mean,
Yeah, it does.
That's why I like the name Lydia, but I didn't want to name my daughter Lydia because I knew everybody would rhyme it with chlamydia.
No, Lydia the Encyclopedia.
And what happened? She got it anyway.
Oh, Lydia.
Isn't that something?
Lydia.
I wanted to name my daughter Naomi for the longest time, and then I recently learned that Naomi backwards is I moan. I could have potentially named my daughter I Moan Hooker. That would have, that would have been bad.
you get paid more.
Yeah.
Oh, she's really into
Yeah.
She loves me.
We've got some more stuff coming up for you on the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Yachts for Tots and comedian Audrey Stewart coming up, plus Grant's music and things to learn by the time you're 18. That's next here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Welcome back. This is the best of the Bob and Tom Show. Glad you're here. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. How about the segment about Grant's music? Talking about U.S. Grant? Well, let's find out. And things to learn by the time you're 18.
We got to catch up with a couple things here. Now, we wished happy birthday to Grant. What is he, 5 or 6?
He turned 5 today.
Grant, he wants to grow up to be a DJ. Poor
Grant
kid.
wants more?
Well, no, but I asked Christy to correspond with Grant's mom because
Valerie.
He wants to be a DJ because he likes our show, and I was kind of curious what kind of music he was into, and you got the answer.
I do have the answer. She said anything from Here Come the Mummies, but especially Wiener Man is his absolute favorite.
Oh, great song!
And if we're talking like I guess other music, he's an old soul, loves Iron Man and Lowrider.
Oh, those are both great.
Little
war for that ass?
Yeah.
What about Cisco Kid? Cisco Kid's.
I like that. That's a good song.
Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. Wah.
How about
that song is good.
How about the one I know you're not a big fan, but I am, Eric Burden.
Spill the Wine?
Spill the Wine.
I love that.
I love
that girl
because that song starts out with my favorite. I was walking.
Yes. Didn't War also do Why Can't We Be Friends?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Those
Those are all great. So we got to
And
turn
that
this little
sounds
bit
so
boy
different too. Why Can't We Be Friends sounds nothing like Lowrider.
I wonder if he likes Hello Mutta, Hello Fada. It's
No.
He does
Probably.
No.
Considering
You know
if
what
he-
everybody loves?
He must be a victim of reincarnation if he likes Hello Mother, Hello Father.
He's probably too young for that one, but he will like Papa Ooh Mau Mau by the Rivingtons.
What 5-year-old boy wouldn't love that?
That's a great song. What can we write her back saying play Papa Ooh Mau Mau for him? It's by the Rivingtons.
Well, are we going to play the song he wants?
I feel like a killjoy, but there are many other people listening other than Grant. You know that, right?
Well, not only that, but the kid requested something, and Tom goes, well, how about this?
Yeah.
He wants Wiener Man.
He's 5 years old. What the hell does he know?
He knows what he likes.
knows what he likes.
No, he doesn't.
Cut my dankly off, put it in the sauce.
Well,
what the hell?
Well, let's move forward, and
You're
then
gonna make me upset.
we'll get back to the Wiener Man
I'm
coming up.
going to eat my own quack if you don't be quiet.
I want to hear Pat sing a song.
Well, while he gets ready, this always takes 10 minutes. Pat, while you get ready, I got to read this. I got to read this letter. This comes to us from Don.
Hello, Don.
Unusual intro. He goes, "Hey, bag sniffers."
Bag sniffers?
Not sure how to take that.
We're snorting balls.
Then he says,
"Oh,
that's what he means."
Yes.
From now on,
I can't read the rest of it.
If you're cool, you send us an email. The only way you can send a message that you're cool without sending a message is just say, "Dear show."
Yeah,
that's it.
He says, while you were talking about the greatest band ever, the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, they're still touring after 52 years. Try their gin. Josh, you'll like this. It's made from Missouri botanicals, and it's the best.
Oh.
All right.
Sounds
thank
good.
you, Don.
Make a French 75 with it this weekend.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils had a couple great songs.
If you want to get to heaven,
I love that song.
Christy,
that has the best harmonica solo maybe
Did they
ever.
do Jackie Blue?
What did you just say?
No, they did?
Yeah, they did.
What did you say about what?
I said I will make a French 75 with that this weekend.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Get in the program. Okay, come on.
What's
You're drinking too much.
French 75?
Fancy martini, right?
No, well, it's gin, Prosecco, and
See? That's too much liquor.
club soda.
That's the only way I can
Maybe
function. She makes me drink. So
Some lemon.
Drunker I am, the better.
Some people put simple syrup in it. I don't care for that.
You hear that? That's all 24 hours a day at my house. Well, her house. It's been made clear. Okay.
No, it's our house now.
Okay. Now, Pat.
Yeah.
The topic is things everyone should know by the time they're 18. And we've had a couple good examples. Things you don't like to be able to drive a stick shift.
Here's a good one. Packing a suitcase efficiently, taking no more than necessary.
That's good.
I always overpack.
Do you really?
Oh, I'm a mess.
Not me.
Oh,
Absolutely
not me.
I'm a
I
light
can do
packer.
it. I can carry on and go to Europe. Go.
And now some of these things we've learned that YouTube can be quite a help, right?
Uh-huh. This one I don't think I could do. Cut up a whole chicken into pieces.
Oh, what is that? Spatchcock?
Yeah.
Spatchcock's when you crush it down
with a cement block, right?
Cleaning a fish. I can't do that either.
Josh,
why does everybody when they're 18 have to do that?
I don't know.
What about scaling a fish, Josh?
Sure.
Perfect. Still reviewing. I really like this topic. Things you're supposed to know by the time you're 18. Any more good ones, Christy?
Well, Pat mentioned these. Change a tire, of course. Tie a tie. That's on here.
Can you tie a tie, Josh?
Yeah. I've never tried tying a bow tie, but I can absolutely.
There are lots of shortcuts to tying a tie. It looks really cool. I haven't tried it yet on the internet. Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Sew a button back on. Can y'all do that?
Yep.
I can't anymore. I used to be able to.
You can't?
Mm-mm.
How do you lose the talent to?
I really do feel like
Really?
in home ec we had to do it, and I learned, and I don't feel like I could do it now.
Oh.
Maybe I could.
I've got one of those little tomatoes that I put my needles in.
Oh,
Your pin
do you
cushion?
really? How cute.
You do?
Absolutely.
Good, that's important.
On a rainy Sunday afternoon, I'll just sew. I sew the dog's sweaters.
It does say contact a tailor or seamstress for more major repairs.
Ah, that's not necessary. No, I'm on a simplicity pattern right now,
All right.
just to die for.
That is very funny.
That is very funny.
That's very
I
funny.
don't know how many people got that.
No, it's
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Perform CPR or the Heimlich. That's very important.
One of our guys, Mike Mark,
Yeah, save somebody just recently.
like 2 weeks ago,
Allegedly,
Heimlich the guy in a restaurant.
Well, anybody could say that.
There's no video proof of that.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, God, I hope that Josh is turning purple before someone comes up. Hey, I'm going to Heimlich you now. You're faking it.
I mean, you're talking a renowned liar on our staff, and he,
Okay.
Every 18-year-old should be able to do laundry, read laundry labels, know when to hand wash, iron, fold,
Pat, can you do
clean
laundry
the
now?
lint trap.
I mean, I have a washer that I've sort of figured out. I put the whites in hot, and I use the cold for the colors.
But you do laundry.
I do. I'm
sure you're fine.
Washer and dryer there.
You use it.
Yeah. I prefer to go down to the shirt place, Zips, here in town. It's called Zips.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second.
You take your laundry to a place and they do it for you?
Yeah, I prefer that.
It's called Zips? You dump a load in? Is that what you do down at Zips?
I go down to
See, you talk about a liar. Of course he doesn't do his own laundry.
No, I think he does.
I do socks and pants.
Yeah. Oh, sock. Ooh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Underwear.
Do your towels, baby?
You learned that when you were 40?
But they do.
I meant to tell you guys this.
Zips is more than just a dry cleaner.
The big occurrence out of going to Aruba was the hotel room had an amazing iron. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I immediately ordered an exact copy on Amazon, and I got it a couple days ago. This thing is amazing.
What makes it so cool?
It's just light. It keeps temperature. I had an iron that if it didn't hold your mouth right, it would slip off of linen and cotton, and it'd
hold
go
your
to a
mouth
cooler.
right. What are you doing?
It was a mess. It was just.
I got a real important tip.
Well, I got a great iron now, man.
Hotel irons,
nice and light.
I like to use them, but if you're using them, try them out on a towel first,
in case there's rust or something on it.
Ever done the thing you press that steam spray button, all of a sudden you've got this imprint on your white shirt.
Yeah, it looks like a Japanese flag.
Oh, boy.
Well, the day of my comedy special, I burned my stage shirt.
You did?
On a hotel iron, yeah. The kind of fabric, it was too hot. Big hole.
Oh, okay. Once again, more things you're supposed to know by the time you're 18.
What else do we want? Oh, this is one we were talking about with just the other day. Coil an extension cord or a long rope properly, because there is a way to do that.
There are handymen who lose their minds.
Yep.
If you don't. Actual real men construction, if you don't do that correctly, they get really upset.
They do.
You're going to loosen the plug in it. We're going to have to do it again. Crap like that.
Well, if you're on a sailboat, you've got to make sure your lines are clean. And
naturally,
Yeah.
Same thing.
I mean, you could trip and there's life and death on a sailboat.
Sure, of course.
Check your oil and wiper fluid levels. Top off as needed.
That's important.
Get an oil change and change your wipers. I don't change my own. Well, wiper blades.
I can change my. I found out on
YouTube.
how to change my wipers.
Yeah, you're right. Create a simple menu plan and grocery list.
Nope.
You can't do that?
No.
What the
You
hell's
can't write a
wrong with
grocery
you?
list?
No, not really.
You know what I make for dinner, lunch? It's a phone call. It's an app to DoorDash.
Yeah. Whoop. Write a proper thank you card. That is an art that's going away.
I told you that was one I was joking about.
You're right.
And here we are.
Mm-hmm. Pitch in doing dishes after a meal at someone's home.
Screw you.
No,
you have
you
me over
invited
for a
me
meal.
for
Yeah, you do the dishes.
No, but if they're doing dishes, I can go in their bathroom and go through their medicine cabinet. See what I need.
This is like straight out of how to make friends and influence people.
Yeah, this is so old school.
Unclog toilets and drains.
Well,
unless you're at someone else's house, then you leave that for them, right, Josh?
That's right. You invited me over. I take a dump and ruin your toilet. You clean it up.
No, this is how good, how good your food was.
Never leave a man in the
Come
field.
out of the bathroom and you point your thumb and you go, I wrecked that place in there. Good luck.
Here's one that's really stupid. Pack a lunch. Who can't pack a lunch?
Pat.
I can't pack a lunch. My mom packed my lunch.
I will never pack a
50
lunch
years
again
ago.
because I had to when I was in school, and I was embarrassed every day. I had to
Really?
because everybody else bought their lunch at the cafeteria.
Oh,
and
I'm
I had to
sorry.
steal money from old people before I could get lunch bought.
I was on the free lunch program. Talk about being bullied.
Oh,
It's like, hey, why are you bullying? I'm
ticket or
already very poor, and now you're going to make fun of me for it.
Oh, Josh. Can I take you out to lunch today?
No, I'm fine now.
We can tell.
So the way the program worked, they would let everyone know that you.
I had to pull out it was a punch card, so I had to carry it with me, and I had to hand it to them. And they made it, subtle. It was bright neon orange, and
like a DUI license plate from Ohio.
Here's one for you, Josh. Read a challenging book cover to cover.
okay, yeah. I've done it.
I've done it.
What's the most challenging book you've read? Would you
Probably Anna Karenina.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
Karenina. I can't even say it.
Challenging. You can't say the title.
Yeah. I was so disappointed with that book.
Oh my God! What are you talking about?
It was supposed to.
Are we
going
gonna talk
to
about this
change
off the
my
air?
life, and it was not that challenging. I mean, whatever.
Maybe you should have tried reading it in English.
She was
the original Russian's real tough.
Yeah,
she
really
was
had
a
no
stutterer.
idea all these backwards letters. What the hell's going on here?
Get on a plane, train, or bus and go somewhere on your own.
Her name was Ann Karen, but she, and then
You know, it's one of the things I don't think is on this list. This is not a joke. Someone told me that by the time a kid goes to college, you should be able to leave them in your house and leave for a week, and when you come back, the house is still intact.
Well, of course. That doesn't happen?
I'm guessing. I'm just going to guess, but I don't think Tom ever had that happen. This is a shot in the dark.
All right. Okay.
Party at the Griswold.
Yeah. I can't go into too much detail, but it's interesting the number of times I've met the police. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Tom. We got a
about
call.
that.
Yeah, I've been there.
And then the last one we'll do is turn off all plumbing and electrical breakers.
The only way I know how to
What?
do that,
No.
I don't know where my water shut off is.
Oh, you got
I'm surprised.
I know where I can shut it off at the water softener.
We did not
but-
either. We had to have handyman Mike come over last weekend to show
Yeah,
us.
you got to know where that is, and you've got to know.
I think it's out at the curb.
Where the boxes are.
The curb.
Out to the curb.
Whoa.
I think so.
Yeah, the water shut off. That's really
Some
important.
people, it's outside. They have to have this big key thing, and turn it.
And you got to know where the sump pump. If you have depending on where you live and what your house is like, all that stuff.
Sump pump.
Yeah, walk through. Yeah.
There's a lot. There are a lot more, but we've.
This is fun. And then there's also a list for old people do.
Yeah.
I think it's very important when you reach the age of 50 that you have a drawer that has a series of old cell phones that no longer work and the chargers.
And iPads and laptops and
Do you
I have a
know
whole.
how many iPads, MacBooks, or whatever, laptops, iPads, old phones do you have in a drawer somewhere?
I have them in a box now because we just moved, and it's in a tote that's like this deep and this. I don't know what to do with them.
I bet I have 10 of
Yeah.
those.
Oh, my gosh.
Mix and match.
Yeah.
How many old routers do you have in a box?
I do. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
I
2 or
return
3.
those when
Yeah,
you-
I had to go through like 2 or 3 routers before I got one I liked. Yeah.
Well, this is really fun. I'm enjoying this a lot.
We have a lot more.
Okay. What else is coming up in the news?
We have a British Airways flight attendant loses it in business class.
Blimey.
Yeah, we have.
I can't believe we don't have this story every day. Flight attendant lose it. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think this one was working.
This is a really good one.
Right. A gender reveal at 30,000 feet.
Oh.
And the
I'm a man.
Hey, take a look at this.
I think gender reveals are now illegal.
What?
Yeah. You have to let the kid decide when they're 7.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you how to unclog a drain when I come back. The best unclogged drain liquid that I've found.
Oh,
in the history
okay.
of the world. It's amazing.
Gasoline?
I stand by it. Well, gasoline. You need a empty beer bottle, gasoline, and a rag, and you can unclog anything in 2 seconds.
It's a Russian technique, right?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You want to have one of those long lighters, though.
Oh yeah.
That way.
We're coming right back. Comedian Audrey Stewart is in studio in just a minute. Stand by. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
From the award-winning morning show on America's favorite radio station, The Ticket, The Musers, the podcast.
So right now we're podcasting?
No, not yet.
He just put us into it.
No, I was accidentally podcasting.
Oh, we were for a second, but we're not now.
Well, we want to start intentionally podcasting.
We're back
that
on.
was accidental.
That was a false start. Three,
2, 1.
Every Wednesday, Junior Miller, George Dunham, and Gordon Keith drop a new episode of The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
More of the Bob and Tom Show now. Welcome back. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Comedian Audrey Stewart joined us recently. Here's her segment.
I am Josh Arnold, and there's Tom. And Tom, we are about to be introduced to a brand new guest to the show. Tom.
This is not how radio works, by the way.
No. This time with the microphone on?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
I like that.
You're good. I appreciated you wanting to give me my space, and you know what I mean.
I don't want to. While you're trying to talk, I'm murmuring over here. Welcome to the show, Audrey Stewart.
Hey.
Hi, Audrey.
What's up?
Lovely young comedian. And I just understand, I found out something very interesting. You don't know my son, Willie, who's right over there. But you do know his girlfriend.
Yes, I know his girlfriend, Ray Robinson. We went to camp together.
We're doing first and last name.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Here's her address while we're at it.
Robinson was her name. Ray Robinson.
I love it.
Sorry, Willie.
No, it's okay. She's one of the teachers. She's going to get fired. It's fine. We're all good. I don't know if you know this. If you work for the government, dating me is illegal. I don't know if you guys... Yeah, the stuff I do, you can't have that around, you know.
That's not on the
Now, continuing the Pat Godwin heritage dating problem. Audrey, we don't know anything about you, so fill us in.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5. I thought I was 5'10", but recently they said 5'9". So I'm 5'9", still a tall girl. I'm a Hoosier. Born and raised Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Live in L.A. now. Stand-up comedian. Yeah.
Now, single, dating?
Actually, yeah, I'm dating a guy right now, which is great. I have no type. I dated a woman before him.
Wow, that is really...
And she is...
opening up.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It's a radio. Got a mic
Keep your heart open.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
It's all about love.
Does the guy know about the lady thing?
Yeah, he knows about the lady thing. Yeah. I mean, he is like this jacked lumberjack kind of guy, and the girl I dated was like a very femme girl, but he knows about it because, like, I don't know, we'll be sitting together, and when I dated my ex, I won't give her first and last name.
Yeah, no, please.
Ray Robinson.
Yeah, Ray. When my ex, Ray Robinson, and I.
Wow, that'd be really kind of problematic, really.
Eskimo comedians.
We're not this morning. Not again. We've been down that road. It was no fun for everybody. I don't know if you guys remember that morning, but a lot of winks and smokes and mirrors going on.
So does your male companion feel obligated to be extraordinarily masculine?
Yeah, I feel like he overdoes it sometimes, but we'll I don't know. I feel like it's not like it's an awkward thing in our relationship, but sometimes we'll be like sitting on the couch and I'll be like going through my Facebook and like memories will pop up. And it's like, that's how I was like, I'll never date a guy. Like before and then that'll pop up and he'll see that and be like, what is this? I was like, I don't know. It's old times. Old times.
Well, we are horrible.
Wow.
I don't mean it now.
Yikes. Now, you live in Los Angeles.
I live in L.A.
Have you, when you got out there to try to do comedy, were you doing dramatic, or were you, for example, like a day job, like a waitress, or?
I had like 7 different jobs all the time. I was a dog walker. I watered flowers. Nannying, I babysat a lot. That was the main thing, was when I babysat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like kids?
Love kids.
Oh, there you go.
Kids are the best.
But never a waitress?
No, never a waitress.
Would you be a good waitress, do you think?
I think I'd be pretty bad. I'm really clumsy. I feel like I'd be really bad. I would drop all our stuff all the time. Immediately. Ray Robinson.
This was a great last visit, Audrey.
Nice meeting you, Audrey.
Yeah.
Let's go around the horn now.
In LA, are LA kids like weird to babysit? Do they have like different like snacks? Like, do they have like?
Yeah. Okay. So LA is so much different. I babysat a lot in Indiana, and the snacks were amazing.
Yeah.
And then LA, they'll be like, "Yes, help yourself to anything in the house," and then you open one of their cabinets, it's like an almond that has no salt on it, and you're like, "What is this?"
Wait a minute, you've been to my house.
And they also are very bougie. Like one of the moms I babysat for, she like kept her breast milk in like the fridge, and I drank it. I drank her breast milk.
Did you know it was breast milk?
No, I didn't know at the time, but it was sweet. It was very good. It's very good.
Well, it was California, so it was probably almond.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I'm guessing. Everything you're saying sounds like my house, though, now that I think about it.
Good, Tom.
I want to go around the horn here. Jobs you've had before this one. Ace, did you were doing radio in high school, right?
Yeah, but I did a summer where I was working in the food service at a hospital, delivering trays to the patients.
Oh,
no kidding.
But you didn't cook. You weren't a waiter.
No.
You'd be a great waiter.
No.
You'd just scare people.
Oh, he would.
No, none of us think you're scary, Ace, except Tom.
You're I can get scared.
I know, but we also know
none of us are scary. You're a nice guy.
I'm not suggesting you're not intimidating.
I've done things.
Oh, boy.
You know, now Willie, you were a camp counselor.
Yeah, I'm a big camp guy, which those job skills don't really translate to the real world. I guess the one thing is you kind of have to be prepared for anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the camp that I went to, I was there since I was like a little kid. And so my boss at one point was this guy that I like looked up to. You know, he was the camp manager. And one time a kid went to the bathroom in his pants and on the floor, and I had to clean it up. And I ran in like his office when I was like 18, like, hey, Mark, I got to get the key so I can clean up some poop from a kid. And he got this like twinkle in his eye, like, look at Willie G. He used to be the kid pooping. Now he's cleaning up the poop. You know, like, look at how grown up he is, and he threw me the keys.
Nice. And thank you for saying poop.
Yeah. Audrey, we say poop. Yeah, that's
Thank you very much. Patty G. You were
I was
a dishwasher, right?
for 1 year at Sully's Oak and Bucket with Kenny Aronoff was the cook. We had the famous drummer.
It's Kenny's birthday today.
Is it really?
Wow.
Oh,
Famous
happy
drummer
birthday,
Kenny Aronoff.
Yeah.
John Mellencamp.
First
we were
call drummer.
together for a year, getting no work done and laughing. It was.
Did you guys write songs together?
No.
Oh.
No, I watched his band a lot, though. I'd follow him around. He was in a band called Stream Winner before Mellencamp.
Cool.
And he's the greatest.
He is. He's a wonderful guy. He's got a book out there called Sex, Drums, and Rock and Roll.
Yes, very good.
Yes. Christy Lee, you worked at Arby's.
Yes, welcome to Arby's. May I take your order, please?
I think that's where you got
Great
your
drive-thru.
mic technique.
Sure. Yeah, I worked in the hospital like Ace. I was a ward secretary in the emergency room at the hospital.
Now at Arby's, is it true that you'd give the time and temp and then on the 10s traffic?
Yes, welcome to Arby's. It's cloudy skies, 32 degrees. What would you like today? I recommend a classic roast beef.
This does kind of translate. My last summer at camp, I just started doing stand-up the summer before, and part of my job at camp was I would lead like sort of these like they were kind of like religious meetings, I guess. I don't want to call it church. We called it Crossfire.
Yeah.
And so like you'd go and you'd talk about like Jonah and the whale or the Good Samaritan. And I would try to tell these stories and kind of be kind of funny and engaging. And one day after chapel, it didn't go very well. And I went to my boss and I was just like, yeah, I just feel like I kind of bombed up there. And she was like, you're not performing stand-up. You're trying to teach a lesson. Get over yourself.
I was going to tell you about the resurrection, but I got the light. So you're going to have to wait. It's a great story. Some say the greatest, but it depends on your religious point of view. Christy Lee, sorry.
A man is seen writhing in pain after being bitten in the groin by a large snake. Videos of the incident show the man writhing on the ground with the reptile latched onto his jeans. Another man tries to assist by placing a stick in the snake's mouth before pouring water over its head.
Say that very slowly. Placing a
stick.
Okay.
Yeah. The incident occurred. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Well, that's what's going on. The snake's all over his,
Yeah, well, the incident occurred in Panatal, Brazil, where the man was taken to the hospital, as you would expect, for medical treatment.
It's rough. I couldn't even watch it after it. Snakes, latched onto him.
Yeah, it's got to suck.
That's a big one.
A big one.
They're going to make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Snakes on a Wang.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I feel like we're having a conversation, and then I think you're just trying to be funny now.
And then he does that.
I thought we were having a nice morning together.
Who are these snake people?
Josh is a snake guy.
Yeah, I like
don't mind snakes.
Yeah.
Now, would you ever handle your snake unclothed?
No. When I had a snake, I would not do that. There would be no occasion to.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Britney Spears did.
Yeah.
He wasn't naked,
Well, she was
though.
scantily
In my
clad.
mind, she was naked.
But she doesn't have her own snake for this thing to. Oh, look, it's brethren.
What, do you think the snakes are jealous of his snake?
Yeah, snake on snake crime. It's terrible.
We had an albino snake that my brother had that got out.
Oh,
and then no one ever found it. So it's like in the walls somewhere. And then the new owners came and I was like, are we going to tell them about the snake that's growing in the walls? And they're like, no.
Yeah, that's not on the seller's disclosure form.
We get those stories all the time. It's usually in Australia, and it'll be the apartment next door has a 25-foot deadly python or something slithering in the toilet.
Oh, terrifying.
Those are awful.
When you guys lost the snake, how long did you look? Was it like a 3-day ordeal?
I feel like it was like a week hunt. And then we were like,
It was a week.
Yeah.
A week. Pause.
All right.
Hunt.
Oh, no,
that's
You guys. I bet you didn't have any mice after that, though.
no, no problems. No mice. You could hear it sometimes, I feel like.
I would imagine the cold might have taken it
It
out.
depends on you. There are plenty of warm
Has anybody
spots.
seen the cat? How about the baby?
I haven't heard from the baby in a while.
I have another question about
Baby never calls.
this video, and I asked this about a lot of these videos. Who's the guy while his buddy is screaming in pain with a snake attached to his groin? Who's the guy that manages to keep holding the camera?
Oh, me. Yeah. I mean, any of my friends or brothers bit in the groin by a snake,
Are you serious?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Of course.
You guys are awful.
That's money, baby.
If a snake comes in here and bites me on the D,
Yeah.
and if I look over and you're trying to help me and not videotaping, I'm furious with you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're leaving money on the table.
You got to document it so then you can show the doctor the video later, and you can show your friends and make fun of the person later.
Yeah. Okay. Is that going to make America's Funniest Home Videos or
absolutely.
something?
Well,
Okay.
maybe not the D.
Oh no! But in this case, he's wearing pants, but it's clearly going through the jeans into that area.
Oh my!
Was it a
goodness.
venomous snake?
Doesn't say what kind of snake it
Doesn't
was.
say.
Okay.
One would hope not. It's huge. It's got that going for it. Now, I think we have time for one more news story from Christy Lee.
A woman celebrating her 106th birthday says the key to longevity is chocolate.
Oh, really?
I love
Yes.
chocolate.
In Edith Hill in Skegness, England, says her favorite chocolate bar is Cadbury Dairy Milk.
Well, the key to longevity for her probably was not getting hit by a bomb during the Blitzkrieg.
That certainly
Well,
helps.
there's that.
What a psychotic thing.
I hid in the basement with all the chocolate.
I was down in the tube. I'll tell you what.
She did admit she will give any sweet treat a try, though, especially at Easter.
We always get these stories, and it's always something different.
Yeah, it's either beer or
The reason I
whiskey
live
or-
so long is because I killed most of my husbands quietly with poison.
That's why I stay away from men.
The centenarian
Mercury.
now lives at the Aspen Lodge Care Home. The staff planning a special birthday celebration for her, including a double chocolate
Just
cake.
left me here. Drove off.
They burned me with cigarettes.
Man, we got to help you.
I long for the sweet release of one final sunset.
One
Hill
more
report-
milk dud.
According to this, she said that not only is chocolate one of the secrets to a long life, she says being independent and partying.
And getting on the reg.
Audrey, do as we say, not as we do.
By the way, I noticed.
You got to be careful on the radio. There's a lot of stuff you can't say. You hang out with
Josh
us.
just said.
It's just like, wow.
In England, that I'm of course referring to Spotted Dick. the dessert.
Very nice dessert. Yes.
Spotted dick is a dessert.
Yes.
Yes.
Here in the
Yeah.
States, it's a
You find it in a can.
illness. I think it's tertiary syphilis. I'll notice. Have you seen the pictures of her? She's holding two big chocolate bars, but her mouth is closed in all the shots, of course, because she's in England.
She's English and she has bad teeth.
Odds
we
are
know.
there's probably not a lot of choppers in there that weren't imported.
Not a lot of chopper.
Yes, and a pop-up store in Tokyo is letting customers pay to go into the store and shoplift.
I love this.
Oh, this is fun.
Yes.
This is cool, actually. So you can feel like you're doing something fun. Yeah.
Sora News 24 reports the shop called Toe, it's spelled T-O-H, is drawing enough crowds to make 4-hour lines. Customers pay $6.60 to enter the shop, where they have 60 seconds to snatch up any merchandise they like as quietly as they can.
Oh, I'd happily do this. This would be a good time.
Decorated to resemble a type of black market, the store is outfitted with sensitive radio microphones, so if patrons make any excessive noise, their experience will end abruptly and they get nothing.
That's funny.
See, so there is something at stake.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of funny.
There are thousands of items to steal, such as snacks, used books, clothing by Fruit of the Loom, which does that mean underwear, pillows, and even mattresses. Can you imagine?
I was trying to steal.
But the interesting thing to me is if you try to keister something and get out, there's an additional cleaning fee, which I think is...
You don't get to keep it.
Not clean it and keep it?
Yeah,
Aren't you the one cleaning it?
Yeah, you've got a nice sleeve of Titleists there, sir, but we have some tongs and gloves. We got to put it back in the shelf.
Oh, my God.
That's a really interesting... I wonder how that would work in the States. Do you think it would work?
Yes. Yes.
think? Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fun
But
thing.
I think you should give people like 20 minutes and have guards walking around. And
But you have to.
Well, why suck all the fun out of it?
No, that's the fun part. You could have sneak around.
Oh, I see. Guards. Oh, yeah. The guards could be fun.
Yeah.
If you could get caught.
You know, it'd be really fun. What if they gave you a gun?
It's not the purge, Willie.
The mattress is
or
wild.
Chicago.
I want to do an armed robbery, but I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to shoot anybody. I just want to hold it, and then at the end, I check it out. I check it back in. They go, "Thank you,
man."
The problem with that is you might get shot.
That's 20 years.
But what Willie's saying is this is a completely simulated thing.
Yes.
Much like the shoplifting thing.
Oh.
Right. Like,
yeah.
How much would you pay to be able to rob a bank, but it's all pretend?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'd pay $350.
People would do this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would pay them $350 just for a $100 ATM transaction. Like I see what you're saying. I want to go in there. Hey, give me all the money. Bang, bang, bang. And then I give them my PIN number. I just get $100 and then I'm out of there. I think that'd be fun.
Audrey Stewart, have you ever shoplifted? Every girl I've ever met has shoplifted.
Well, I wish I could be the first to say no, but I did. When I was younger, the Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster?
Yeah.
The gumballs. I got some gumballs like in the pack, and I was like, start chewing it on the way out. And my mom's like, "We didn't pay for those." And she was like, "You need to go in there and apologize." And I was just like, "I'm sorry for stealing these gumballs."
We'll wrap things up this morning. A segment about yachts for tots and crapping in a cooler. Oh, you got to stand by for that. It's next here on the Bob and Tom Show. The best of the Bob and Tom Show here. This is Christopher in the Bob and Tom Studios. Let's wrap things up this morning with yachts for tots and crapping in a cooler.
Now, earlier we were talking about helping rich people out because they kind of get the short end.
Right, we're starting a charity called Yachts for Rich People.
But then we thought, hey, let's start this even younger and pay it forward with the kids. So we came up with Yachts for Tots.
And they don't have to be rich. They can just be kids.
That's right. As long as they get the yacht fever at an early age.
They get the little sailor cap.
Oh,
right.
Like the captain's cap, like Hef wore at the end.
And one of those whistles.
Of course.
Whatever they do.
Bosun's whistles.
Hey, Bob and Tom. I'm Andy, and I'm the president of the Manhattan Yacht Club in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
I find Josh's attempt at humor rather off-putting.
Oh boy.
We are a refined people. I'm Michigan-born, Colombian-educated.
Uh-oh.
And with summer homes in DeLand. How dare you besmirch our prolific yacht club?
There was a misunderstanding here. I said I was taking on the role of one of the tots receiving a yacht, and I said, "Hey, I'm from Manhattan, Kansas." I was trying to think of the most landlocked area I could.
That's a pretty landlocked area.
Yeah. But apparently I'm wrong. There's a yacht club there.
Right.
Because I was just saying nothing sadder than a large yacht in a small pond.
Nothing sadder.
And that's what we did. That's exactly what we did.
Oh, sure, there are landmines that kids have to walk through. But
really, the most poignant sad is...
a large boat on a small pond.
There used to be a very, very small... It's not really even a lake. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Go on.
There was a very large vessel on it that quite literally couldn't start up and move.
Right.
They finally moved it. It was embarrassing.
I remember seeing a cigarette boat. You know those real high-speed boats on like a lake. And
I know.
That's
what are you doing?
wrong.
This wasn't a lake. It was really a pond. Yacht. I was like, what are they doing?
How would you get it,
How'd you get it there?
launched, if you will? How would you get that into the water?
A crane, I think. It was really silly.
Right?
Let's move forward here. We have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What have we missed?
A Pennsylvania woman has been arrested for allegedly defecating in a convenience store beer cooler.
Well, you gotta go.
Haven't we all?
Yep.
An employee at Royal Farms location in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Do you know where that is?
That's where 10 minutes from where I grew up.
Oh, really?
That's where the pretzels are.
The unknown woman had come in the previous day and defecated in the beer cave. So store. Security footage showed the suspect pushing a case of alcoholic beverages back on the shelf.
No, honey, I said take some Schlitz.
This dung's for you.
Pulling her pants down and defecating on the shelves, then leaving.
That'll keep it from spoiling. You got that? What kind of sick?
Wait till you hear.
Don't they have a restroom there?
The woman, identified as 47-year-old Crystal Goss, is the director of food and nutrition for a local school district.
Okay, something.
And she was arrested on multiple charges, including open lewdness, disorderly conduct, and something that created a hazardous and physically offensive condition.
Yeah.
There's got to be something
What
else
about
going on
drunk
here.
in public?
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say
Yikes.
she was drunk.
This must be some kind of revenge thing.
You don't think it could have just been an emergency?
No.
I would go in my pants first.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's disgusting.
To clear the shelves? I mean,
Yeah, you gotta want it.
in an
if you're-
emergency, I think you would just
On the floor,
drop
yeah.
and squat.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
go.
Well, maybe the shelf was ass height.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Just saying,
that would make sense.
I
if
don't
it was
want to be.
ass height.
I don't want to be with you during an emergency. Wait a second.
Give me something ass height.
Go over there. It's ass height.
I don't think I could do.
Come here, son.
I don't think I could do that anywhere but
Right?
in a toilet.
I know, I'm with you.
Oh, emergencies are emergencies. You guys know that I've
In the lake.
in the lake. Yeah.
But if it's a convenience store, they're undoubtedly going to have a couple of different restrooms.
Of course
in there.
they would. Yeah.
Is it possible, because you did that in the lake, that's the only way now that you can have a satisfying? So you have to get in
Lake
the car,
input.
or at least live next
Is
to
that
a
why
lake.
you
maybe.
fish all the time? Come on, wink,
I'm
wink.
just pooping.
All right.
And you keep falling down. And,
He does fall down a lot.
Okay.
Oh, I'll fall, man. I'm a clumsy man.
It's a slow fall, too.
It's excruciatingly slow.
A Missouri man who crashed his truck into a come-and-go store blames the incident on his Crocs.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I believe this.
Sure.
I do, too.
I do too,
Why are you
especially
driving
or if
in
you
them?
drive with flip-flops on. It's the same situation. Security footage showed the 60-year-old Dale Hammett hitting the Springfield store and fleeing. He returned twice in the same truck but didn't admit that he was the driver. Later, he told police his Crocs got stuck on the pedal, causing him to accelerate into the building. He panicked and fled.
that seems right.
He was arrested and charged with leaving the scene of an accident and caused about $3,700 in damage.
Yeah, I totally get this.
Yeah.
Your shoes get.
Yeah, but would you flee the scene? You would just admit it.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Why would you leave?
Maybe he came.
What?
That's a fascinating theory.
What?
It was a come and
Come and
go.
go.
But his
Oh, he had an
Oh,
orgasm.
he came and went. No, no. You know, it turns me on.
I don't know.
There's a
about-
movie about that.
Oh, it turns me on.
Crash.
Ramming into buildings.
Isn't
Yeah.
that called? It's called Crash.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not the Oscar winner, the other
No,
one.
right.
What?
Yeah.
It's about people who are sexually turned on by automobile accidents.
Yes.
Being
Wow.
in them. And,
Oh, God. I had no idea. I apologize.
It's a tough movie. It's not great.
Okay.
What's his face is in it? And that
Elias,
girl.
the weirdo Elias Koteas?
Yes.
Oh,
He
it's
is
not
an
a porn?
No.
Oh, okay.
Now, so this guy was charged with a crime.
Yes.
Only because he fled, though.
Yes.
Okay.
So if he stayed there, it would have
It's
been
a-
all right.
well,
It's an
he-
accident.
Well,
it was an accident.
Yeah.
Still have to
He
pay
might have to
something.
pay a fine. but
Insurance
it-
might have to cover it, but, you know.
I mean, wearing Crocs is a fashion crime, I think.
Oh, really? They're really popular,
They're
man.
very comfortable.
I thought in some states it is illegal to drive in flip flops.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's not a safe thing to do.
Or
No,
I've
it's
always
not.
heard illegal in bare feet.
Right.
That's
Oh,
what
maybe
I've
that's
heard,
what
too.
it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat, are you a Crocs guy?
I am indeed. I will
Yeah.
wear them to take the dog out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
No
not
kidding.
bad.
No, they're plastic. They clean well. My son likes them. All the kids wear the
All the
Crocs
kids
now.
wear
Yeah.
them.
They are forced to wear socks with them at school, but they wear them. Different colors.
My older brother and I over the weekend were
You
talking.
mean different color kids?
At his school, yeah.
What?
All
Just trying to
right.
play along.
Josh, what were you saying about you and your brother?
We
Yeah,
were
anything.
talking about how kids dress these days,
Yes.
and I go, I never thought we'd be these dudes, man. complaining about what the youth is wearing.
Yeah.
And but it was just, I've used the Crocs, long socks, the shortest shorts. Boy, we would have got our asses kicked if we looked right.
Yeah, 5-inch inseam for men's shorts is the style.
Right. But my
What?
brother goes, but kids are just slobs now. And
It's a totally different thing. There are no jeans anymore or regular.
Right, yeah,
it's
wild.
T-shirts, sweatpants, shorts.
Comfort.
But I go, let's just stop being these guys. Let's just accept whatever's going on. And just, and he's like, well, we need to do that.
Your damn hair's getting long.
Right.
Hey, shorts, get off my lawn.
I've never cared about what the kids and the clothes, except the ones that the pants are, falling off. I've never gotten that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
to their knees or
still a
whatever.
thing?
Oh, sure it is.
I think so.
Having your pants fall off is still a thing?
It's just not a comfortable thing.
Low riding or whatever they call it. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
A Utah woman.
I'd say probable cause.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you would. That's true.
A Utah woman accused of leading police on a high-speed pursuit allegedly called AAA after officers spiked her tire.
Well,
It'd be a good ad for them. Hey.
Have you been chased by
How am I going to fix it?
According to an affidavit, Utah Highway Patrol officers spotted the woman going 120 miles per hour on I-70.
Whoa, well, now.
And tried to pull her over, but she refused.
I had a buddy who did that, but he called AA.
Oh,
yeah.
Following a chase, troopers managed to take out the car's left tire with spikes. The woman would not get out of her car, and about 40 minutes into the standoff, the driver called AAA to get her tire.
Hey, Spike.
fixed.
Yeah, Spike.
The company transferred the call to the police, who transferred it to the troopers who were at the scene, at which point the woman was talked into exiting her vehicle. The 45-year-old was then booked into the county jail.
120.
Yeah. That's fast.
Pretty fast.
While she was sitting in the car, you said, for...
Yeah, she was sitting there surrounded by police and calls AAA thinking they're going to come fix her tire and she could drive away.
I can't get out of the car, officer. I've got DoorDash on the way.
Yeah, please.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
And a lot to get to, and I'm not sure you're going to like all of it. Honestly, I don't even care if you like all of it or not. I have a job to do.
Scorching debates.
On any given week, you have lots to beef about. Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
It's just not my fault. We will get to all of that.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
Get up in here, and we'll beef later on. What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.